Hey guys, so we finished with God of War, so let's move on to something almost certainly shorter. I don't know exactly how long this game is, but hey, my friend got it for me. Thanks to her. And now we're gonna thanks to her, and now we're gonna do a run. More card games. So hey, I'm in there. You know I'm in there. Wake up. Oh, you have to actually press the thing. Warning, this game deals with mature subjects and may not be suitable for all players. Okay, we got some content warning. Wake to chaos. Confusion of light and heat and smoke. Fire. Your stomach lurches as the floor crumbles beneath your feet, then collapses. Oh. Starting in media res? What's going on? Your body aches and your eyes burn through the smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. Friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is a ringing in your ears. What? Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Glow season. Glowing eyes. You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog? Like from Earth? The creature howls and lunges, its jaws open. Yes, we are still. Okay. A bit of Oh, I think I'm changing the thing. Oh, it does. What the hell? Hold on. Let me Alright, give me a second. Let me okay. Oh, I think I check my settings so I don't accidentally change the video. Well, this wasn't happening in the God of War. Audio, okay. Mute button. Okay. Hotkeys, here we go. Okay. Yeah, well, that's it. Trying to see. Should be fine. Alright, well, you were born on the stratospheric Earth's first colony ship, halfway through its 20-year voyage to a wormhole set at the edge of the Sol system. Your parents run the hydroponic gardens, which make fresh air and vegetables for the ship. Like other colonists, they bravely choose to make this a one-way journey to the uncharted planet Vertumna 4 in the hope they could escape Earth's troubles. They had you the old-fashioned way, merging their genes like they merged their cultures and traditions. They name you Solana. Oh wow, this is a slider. You're a bright-eyed child with an active imagination, sometimes too active, your says. Whoa, what are you doing? Your vivid dreams of things you never experienced. Dirt under your feet, skies overhead, endless jungles, and strange animals. You wonder this is what Vertumna would be like. Oh, whoa, okay, rebellion. Okay, persuasion. Can't change this, I don't think, right? Yeah, no, I need to develop it. Every child on the stratospheric was given one genetic enhancement. By age 6, you will see the first signs of your absorbent brain. Oh, you just be the ordinary man. You nerd. Oh, absorbent brain. Professor Howe said kids learn fast because their brains are like sponges, but when people get older, they can't absorb as much new stuff. Not for you. You're always learning. Curiosity knows no end. Okay. I'm not sure that's how actually it works. The other kids have trouble keeping up with you, but one tries. Well, you want someone to. At least you want want somebody who compliments you, right? Also, you're always ready to lend a hand or play a game. He and Tammy are just as inseparable. So it's almost like you have two best friends instead of just one. Cal teaches you how to take care of all the classroom plants. Your parents are very proud of you both. You're 10 years old when the ship finally reaches the wormhole. Professor Howe says it's like a doorway to another star system. To other star systems, with the planet Vertumna 4 on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to prepare. When the day finally comes, it starts with a rumble, then things start to slide off the tables. You hurry to gather near the escape pods, just in case. The emergency area is filled with families. It's gonna be fine, Solana. Your dad sues. We'll be through the wormhole and down on the planet before you know, just like we practiced. Your mom gives him a sharp, worried look. Red emergency lights switch on as sirens begin to sound somewhere. Oh wow, you actually can't do these things when we're distant on the ship. You try to breathe slowly like you were taught, but you're very scared. You look out a porthole. The stars are gone. You're frightened. You in touch with your emotions. You bawl like a baby. It feels good. You aren't the only one. Nearby, your classmate Tammy has tears streaming down her cheeks. Mars is trying quietly to console her. She sighs as your crying makes Tammy wail even louder. Your dad puts his arms around you as you let it out. You wait. The shaking builds. Then everything starts to get very weird. The hallway stretches, and you're stretching too. Your arms impossibly long. Your head feels like it's slowly filling up like a balloon and contracting down to the size of an atom at the same time. Is this the wormhole? You hear the distant ominous squeal of metal giving way as the ship shudders and lurches in slow motion. The weirdest part is a sense of deja vu. You're sure this has happened to you before, and you know, somehow, that everything's gonna be okay. Is there gonna be time travel shenanigans? Probably. The shuddering reaches a crescendo. You hear an impossibly loud crunch and feel weightless for a few seconds before gravity slams you back against a wall, head first. Yeah, ooh, that's not right. Blackout. As you slip unconscious, you feel yourself twisted out of time. It's today, yesterday, and tomorrow all at once. And more than just one tomorrow. Lots of them. Different tomorrows. It was the roguelike replayability thing. You find yourself in a place you know from your dreams. Tilled fields, dramatic ridges, and a stranger. But also not a stranger. Grinning as she grabs your hand. Hurry up, she says. I'm not going to let you miss this. Distantly, you feel the ships shaking and stop to hear your parents' worried voices. Feeling safe, you slip further into the warm embrace of the stars. You drift. Gradually, your consciousness reforms. You wake up in the med bay. The med bed under you plays a soft tone and an automated voice speaks. 2 weeks have elapsed. The patient's cranial injury has completed healing. They may now be safely discharged. As the fog lifts from your head, you realize something seems different about this room. It's so bright. You try to focus on the window. Something is definitely different. Light. Instead of the familiar blackness of space, bright light from twin blue and yellow suns is streaming through the windows. You peer out and see fields, glass-walled domes and walls ringed by giant mushroom-like trees. There are construction materials everywhere, and people are walking around, outside on the ground. Better get out and join them. Oh, whoa, what? You actually can move? Okay, it's actually movement here. Oh, Tammy jumps as you step out of the ship's quarters behind her. You're awake. Hi. You've been asleep in medbay for days. Are you all better? Rub your eyes. You do feel groggy. Everything's so strange. The air feels moist and the ground is covered with pale blue powder that crunches under your feet. The reflections off of it are blinding. You squint and look up and then almost fall over from the vertigo. The sky goes on forever. Around you are fungal trees taller than anything you've ever seen before. Your heart pounds in your chest. Are you feeling okay, Solana? You better go see your dad, Tammy says, worried. He and your mom have been waiting for you to wake up. She points southeast towards some odd geodesic domes. Oh, there he is. Solana, your dad gives you a big warm hug. So happy you're finally awake. Dr. Instance thought it'd be best to keep you asleep while your noggin healed. Your mother and I thought you might sleep away the whole year. My snoozy little gooseberry. He checks your head and looks relieved. He was clearly very worried for you, but color covers it with jokes and smiles. Welcome to Vertumna, he says, gesturing around you. You've never seen a stratospheric from the outside, except in pictures. The ship has been separated in two, and parts have been taken off to form whole other buildings, and a big wall around the whole colony. The alien jungle creeps right up against the wall. Up to the wall. Only the geodesic greenhouse passes outside it, dotting their way up the hill. How do you do this so fast? We've been asleep for weeks, my dear Aubergy, he says, and these geodesic greenhouses practically put themselves up. But some of this is only a quick temporary solution, he admits. We'll keep growing and improving things. One day our little colony will be as big as a whole city. Oh, and before I forget, he pulls a package out of his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. Don't you know what day it is? He asks. You honestly don't. You remind him you've been asleep in medbay. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping you in a warm hug. Birthday already? You feel a dizzying sense of deja vu. You stare hard at the wrap package. You know exactly what's in there. You remember it. No, you dreamed about this package some years ago on the ship. Inside will be a small medallion in the shape of a sun that your dad made by hand. You describe the medallion your dad tisks as he hands you the package. Oh, does it up your perception? Oh, who ruined the surprise? Was it Seek? I'll bet it was Seek. They hate fun. He grins and adds, don't tell them I said that. You start to explain nobody told you, but someone shouts your dad's name. Listen, I'm so sorry, Solani, he says, but I have to get back to work. There was an accident when we landed and... He stops himself. Don't worry. We're gonna fix it. Your mother and I. Professor Hal is expecting you in class as you were feeling up to it, your dad says, pointing west to the engineering wing, in the rear end of the bisected ship. Then he points to the large doors you came out of earlier. Or you can relax in our quarters until you're feeling better. We'll talk later tonight, he says, then kisses the top of your head and ruffles your hair. Have a wonderful birthday, Solana. I love you. Unlock Study Humanities and Engineering. To enter buildings, click on the door or the flag beside it and get close and press enter or another action button. Then choose an activity for the month to gain skills in advanced time. There are 13 months a year and 10 years to the end of the game. You only have time to focus on a few things. Gotta get those stats up, buddy. You see this sitting on the ground beside some bushes. Is he hiding from someone? He seems to be watching this gate in this wall to the south, where grown-ups are coming and going. Kids aren't allowed past the walls, he says quietly without looking up. They say there's nothing to be afraid of, but then why do we need walls? You stare at the gate and have a sudden rush of memory so strong you think you might faint. Imagine something crashing through the wall. Something enormous and dark and wriggly. For years in space, you've had half-remembered nightmare of monsters, of your ship being destroyed, sifting through wreckage that used to be your home, trying to find something. Your dad always told you the dreams weren't real. Breaking you from your daydream, this whispers, I think there are monsters out there. No, you don't, he says. You're being sarcastic, I can tell. Nobody believes me. Turns his back and ignores me. Well, -2 friendship. Oh. Well, we already managed to screw something up. I'm gonna try not to save Scum. Hiya, Solana. I don't know, it seems really at home here. Just rolling a sports ball around with her foot, making patterns in the weird snow. This stuff is different from snow on Earth, she tells you, because it isn't cold. But it's still neat, and you can make stuff out of it. Your foggy head, anemone, is simple. Physical, real. You always feel grounded near her. What are you making? Just snow spirals, she says, but earlier me and Cal were making a big snow pile. You missed it while you were sleeping in the medbay. Now that you're awake, we can play. See any monsters? Nope, just some little bugs. The grown-ups would say if there were monsters, right? She shrugs and smiles reassuringly. Even if there were monsters, Chief Rhett would beat them all up. So don't worry, my mom says we're safer here than we were in space. Wolf looked over at the wreckage of the Stratosphere, the spaceship where you were born. Anemone's mom, Auntie Sita, is probably right about that. Look what that wormhole did to your ship. Why aren't you in school? She smacks her forehead. School? I wondered where everybody was. I guess I'm gonna be late for humanities class. She doesn't look very worried to you. It's okay, she says. Professor Hal is chill. He won't mind. But we should probably go now. She grins and starts racing towards engineering. Hey, race you. No fair. She's getting a head start. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else outside? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, command. Colony food short, minus 100% low. Colony security rating evaluating. Upcoming events, we will be hosting our first annual Nalia festival during the second month of Dust. Notice, take precautions outside the colony boundaries. Xenofauna have been sighted in the area. Survey teams are investigating. Chief Surveyor Tonin. Shows you who's in charge of what. Some engineering. Engineering. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room. I think you kind of want a bit of everything, but other corridors lead to the teaching labs and medbay. You know the route to your classroom well, but the rest of this wing's off limits to children. Congruence, the ship's onboard AI beams down on you from a nearby hollow spring. Don't forget to study hard, Solana. Welcome, Solana. Professor Hal greets you. I hope you're all warmed up and ready to study the glorious humanities. History, literature, language, media, and philosophy. And yes, if we're lucky, we'll have a little ancient Earth poetry too. He seems excited about that last bit. By the way, if anyone's interested in taking engineering classes, please register through Congruence's scheduling system when you have a chance. She'll be helping me teach them. Does he teach everything? Today's assignment is an easy one. Hal says we yawn, because I was up repairing Congruence's sub-terminal and I could use a nap. I'd like you to write an essay on what Vertumna colony is. Write all about your buds and the fun things you do together. When Hal wakes up from his nap, he asks a few questions and read their essay to the class. Mars is annoyed you hardly mention her. Well, you aren't really friends, so... When you work or go to class, you'll play a quick card challenge as the month passes. Move cards to fill the 5 panes and make the best hand you can. Yes, order matters. If your total in the circle on the right reaches the goal value, you win. Depending on your card, some challenges can't be won, but you still get a reward for doing your best. Bonus for pairs, same numbers together. Okay, so you get an extra 1. Bonus for straights, increasing left to right. The more cards in a flush pair or straight, the higher the bonus added to your total. Cards can also affect each other and can be rearranged to find the best total score. Okay. Crushed. Easy. Guessing it's not always going to stay that easy. Get some stress. Your skills increase when you work or go to school, with extra skills if you win the challenge, and a kudos bonus if you make the highest scoring hand with your cards. Working also increases stress, which prevents you from working if it reaches 100. To relieve stress, take a month off to relax in the quarters wing. Your parents have been working from first dawn to well after dinner every day. You know growing food is an important job, and it's vital to get crops in the ground right away. But there seems to be something more than that. It's such a change from growing up on the stratospheric when you saw them all the time. You stay up and wait for them at night before going to bed. Though you can tell they're exhausted, they make an effort to spend time with you. Sorry we haven't seen much of you, little gooseberry, your dad says. Your mom watches as she works a pebble out of her gardening tiller, which also serves as a crutch. How have you been holding up? Learned some stuff in school. Glad to hear that, your mom says. I want you to study hard, work hard, and stay out of trouble. Your dad smiles. And Professor Hal will give you kudos if you get good grades. You can spend those at the depot once it's open. Wait, what? This is like a social currency thing, I guess? You know, says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom, I think there are lots of different ways to learn, and school is just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby, or by helping a friend. Your mom shakes her head and sighs, though you can tell she's trying to put on a gentle expression. We both agree that this colony is an experiment, and that means we're going to do things differently than on Earth. You're old enough now to start making your own decisions about your education and future, and if that means you find your own way, we'll accept that. Dad puts a hand on your shoulder. We'll be proud of you no matter what you do. By talking to your friends, they may have some ideas for how you spend your time. Oh. Come by geoponics, Mom adds. We could use your help. Shoveling dirt in geoponics. Mid-quiet. Some people. Big fast. puts it back. Bounce the ball back and forth over it, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. Anemone tells you about the new sports ball court. A proper regulation-sized court, way bigger than the little 0G one on the Stratosphere. Her brother, Com, is coaching the junior sports ball team this year. He's so great, she says. He's good at everything, especially spiking. He's coaching me to play awesome like him. You should come join us. Huh. So many choices now. That Cal's a good boy, he said. And have you seen Anemone? She's been out by the garrison playing sports ball. I think she spent every day outside since we landed. He chuckles to himself. Guess that's what happens when you got enough brothers to make your own sports ball team. He breathes deeply and looks slowly around. Rotunda is magnificent, isn't it? You nod. Seasons, he shouts, throwing his hands wide. I miss seasons. Back on Earth, it got much, much colder. And the snow wasn't half as pretty as our spark snow. He sighs, stretching. You just wait until dust season. Both the suns will be high in the sky and it'll be real hot then. You'll see. She takes a swig from a canteen as you approach. Looking for something to do? She asks. Remember, Solana, you're responsible for your own schedule now that we landed. You can decide how to spend your time, so long as it's productive. She points towards the engineering wing on the back half of the stratospheric severed frame. Professor Howe is still expecting you in class, but a well-rounded education includes practical application. You're old enough to help with work around here. Got another minute. What do you need to know? What do you do in geoponics? She looks down and nudges at a sprout growing beneath her feet. It's green, the color of Earth's plants. We're doing our best, she says, but it hasn't been easy. I just hope the potatoes and corn can handle the weather here, she says, glancing up at the sky. I hear it rains like hell in the wet season. Seeing your disappointment, she nudges you on the shoulder. Don't pout. They'll help build those muscles. You'll need them now that we're out in the real world doing real work. Out here, we have to rely on our physical strength. She flexes her biceps. Your mom is really strong. Tapping in engineering. Al's teaching classes on life science, engineering, and humanities. If you pass all your tests, maybe he'll let you work there in a few years. Your father thinks you're old enough that school's optional. I don't agree. But I'll be honest with you, she says, gesturing at the fields. We do need every pair of hands we can get. If you want to work with me here in geoponics, I suggest studying life science. If you don't have a good grasp of biology and ecology, I'm going to stick you on shovel duty. If you need a break, she advises you can visit the lounge to see your friends. What? She warns, raising a finger. I don't want to see you lounging around all the time. You need to work hard too. It's the garrison. Chief Security Rat is organizing a sports ball team. You used to play, didn't you? Back on the ship. It'll be different here with the planet's gravity. Of all the adults in the colony, Rat and your mom are the most like soldiers you've seen on the holovid. For a moment, you think your mom's going to suggest something else, then she shakes her head. You're too young for defense training, so don't worry about that yet. Just enjoy yourself and stay out of trouble. Let's go ahead and come in. I think Seek said they need someone to deliver supplies from the depot. They're also setting up shop there if you've got kudos to spend. And of course, that's where Governor Udicott works. But you shouldn't bother her. She's a busy woman, and she doesn't have your mother's patience with kids. You try not to giggle. Your mom isn't usually known for her patience. Can I join expeditions? Oh, you're too young to leave the colony. It's dangerous, she shakes her head. Your father will be worried. There's so much we still don't know about the world out there. Let the adults find out. Then maybe you can join them in a few years when you're older. She gives you a stern look. She isn't going to budge on this one. For now, stay inside the walls. Sharp whistle interrupts your thoughts. Hey, Solana, Mars calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. Walk over to Mars, who's sheltering up from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, he complains. The spark sun would ruin my good clothes. At least on the ship we have climate control. Ugh. Tammy made me some soy sweets. But there's no way I'm going out there in all this weather, she continues. Since you like running around in it, could you fetch them for me? Good. She's probably just down the hill near our quarters. She's scared to take more than a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. I mean, cooking's not bad. Tammy staring obliviously at the sky, smiling to herself. She startles as you approach. Oh, hello, Solana. She said, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? Oh, so nice of you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box wrapped in yellow and pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy suits, made fresh this morning, she says. Please tell Mars she can have the scarf back. Okay? She used some of her kudos to nanoprint it for me because it was so dusty here. But I think I'm getting used to it now. Tammy smiles and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares too. We're gonna have the hidden heart of gold. Oh, you need persuasion. Here it is. Hand over the box of what is this? +5 loyalty. Hand over the box of soy sweets with a smile. Mars takes and giggles. You're such a good sidekick, doing everything I say. He opens the box and hands you a soy sweet. Your tip, she tells you. Oh, an administrator seeks looking for someone to do delivery jobs for a depot. Says, I don't want to do it because you running around out there? No. Just go through here, she says, gesturing to the door behind her, and tell him I referred you. Not a huge fan. Need some persuasion. See Tammy sitting quietly near the entrance to the lounge. You've known her for, well, your whole entire life. Back on the ship, you were a study partner. Tammy was awful. Just awful at Earth history. She thought Europe was the name of an English queen, and the Pacific was a famous ceasefire treaty. Facts go in one of her huge ears and back out the other. No matter how hard you try, she never seemed to approve. Her ears perk up hopefully when she sees you. Hello, Solana. I was hoping you could help me with some homework. Oh, -1 reasoning. Wait, what? Why is -1 reasoning? Why does reasoning go down? Oh, thank you, she bounces up and down. You spend a couple of hours trying to teach her the difference between exothermic and endothermic reactions. One makes heat and one absorbs it. Why is this so hard for her to understand? The thing is, Tammy never loses heart when she fails a test or gets an answer wrong. It's inspiring. Even though sometimes you feel like you're getting dumber after studying with her. Oh, okay. That's... okay. Wow, I actually did get dumber. Those are stress looking. I guess we have to actually learn some, study some life sciences. You'll register for engineering classes. We're now eligible to join Tangent and some of the older students in engineering classes. Okay, let's try. +1 engineering, +2 reasoning. 1 engineering. Maybe biology is useful. I mean, my biology is pretty high up there already. Good morning, my burgeoning biologist and up-and-coming chemist. Professor Howe welcomes you back to your old classroom. This afternoon, we'll learn what I like to call the wet sciences. He gestures to the hollow projected lesson plan. Biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, and geology. You'll learn a little bit of everything, with opportunities for further study in your favorite field. Whoa. This is pretty rough, actually. No. Oh. Get this straight. Kudos. Teen stress is quite a lot, though. This week, you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what someone is about to say or just do before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. Okay, so it's a multiverse thing. They actually do, This morning, you were sure Professor Howe was going to trip on an uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate with hash browns. You even told Mars to watch. He didn't, though. As Professor Howe walked away, is hash browns safe for today? Mars calls you a liar and a dummy. At night, your dreams are all mixed up with stuff you know can't be real. You're chased by monsters the size of buildings, only to be saved by strange people you've never met. You're holding hands with someone you love. You're crying as you help lift a shrouded body into the colony recycler. Everything seems so familiar, but when you try to recall their faces when you wake up, they're smeared in your memory like wet paint. But what if? What if those things haven't happened yet, but they will someday? Anytime you try to tell someone, they think you're playing a trick, or that you're sick or need to go to medbay. You eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Why? You don't want people to worry. Your parents have so much on their minds already. You have a feeling that something is happening at Geoponics they don't want you to know. You don't understand it, but when they come home at night, they look really sad. You don't want to make that worse. So, okay, well, we're going to help them with that, right? You just keep going to class and staying out of trouble, it'll be easier for everyone, yourself included. Okay. Tangent is hunched over at the hologram hall, frowning and poking angrily at the air. She speaks without looking up at you. Professor Owl wants us to prep a list of native flora with pictures. There should be a catalog on the Colony Holonet, but I can't find it anywhere. Tangent is dubious, but agrees to try your idea. The two of you run around the colony yard taking pictures of all the different autumnal plants you find and making up fake sciencey sounding names for them, like Wonkius shrubbius and Purpuleus grasseum. After an hour, you recognize 51 different species. Tang doesn't think it's a very complete list or a very scientific method, but she figures you must have learned something. More sports ball. Anemone is running around the sports ball court, touching her hand to the ground at each corner. 18, she counts. 19. When she reaches 20, she collapses into the grass and checks her hollow palm. I'm training, she explains. Oh, toughness 20. Whoa, what are we at? Toughness 1 out of 100. I'm training, she explains. My big bro Comb says I have to get my legs climatized to the planet if I'm going to be a team captain like him. Sorry, I'm not strong enough. Empathy 20. Tammy's dad is the head of expeditions, which means he's out surveying the jungle every day. This morning you see her crying in the doorway as he leaves. I don't like when he goes out there, she sniffs after he is gone. But he's so brave, and so are you. That's why I like you so much. Yeah, you can't be, I need persuasion. Maybe I should start getting some humanities too. I guess you do have to keep it balanced. Because if you go all in on one, it might be not great. Oh, there's one friendship with Tangent too. Some sort of emergency in engineering that requires Hal's attention. So today's class will be taught by the ship's artificial intelligence, Congruence. Good morning, Congruence chirps. Today we're going to talk about the formation of the Vertumna group and our decision to leave Earth. It's a very exciting topic, and I think you're finally ready to hear about it. Let's dig in. You know how it started. Economic and environmental instability, coupled with deeply entrenched hatreds, had thrown the Earth into chaos. And you know how it ended. In that chaos, your parents formed the Vertumna group, with a plan to leave Earth. 20 years later, they and their starborn children, you, slid through a wormhole and ended up here on the planet you call Vertumna. But there's still so much you don't know. Congress pulls a hollow projection of an unassuming human with a firm, maternal gaze. This is Planktonic Ascendance Wang Botha Schmidt, she says, the spiritual leader of the Vertumna. They were what people call the speculative fiction writer. Vertumna project proved that their writing, though speculative, was far from fiction. Wait, a sci-fi author? Yes, Congruence tells you. Their best-selling novel, Life Beyond the Einstein-Rosen Bridge, told the story of a fictional utopia on the other side of the real-life anomaly at the edge of the solar system. Scientists have been investigating the wormhole for years, but it took a poet to imagine we could travel through it. Wang Botha Schmidt's writings centered around the idea of humanity building a technological utopia on another world. Translated to 100 languages, this was a compelling idea to people at the time, so fans started connecting in vert space. Far from just a book club, these people bonded over mutual aid and amidst the increasing unrest in their own countries. They were committed to Wang Botha Schmidt's idea of a future where everyone's treated equally without prejudice. But they realized it couldn't be done online. What? Don't tell me that. Congress says. Though committed to social justice, the group saw the impossibility of forming a truly egalitarian society while also reckoning with their own implicit biases and the diverse context of their real lives. They realized that this was the work of generations, and the solutions must look to the future, as Wangbata Schmidt did. They got together? The image of a squat concrete building with a rooftop garden replaces Wangbata Schmidt. Around the edges of the classroom, the hollow projector gives the impression of a towering walls topped with razor wire. The first Vertumna colony, Congress tells you. 400 people, a group volunteered to sacrifice their own cultural beliefs to walk through these doors, agreeing to come up with a new way of life that would be taught to their children. Babies were conceived from egg and sperm donors chosen by lottery, and raised communally like you as the second generation of Vertumna group. Those babies were your parents. They mixed their cultures. Hollow projection now shows the compound under siege. As more colonies were founded, word got out about the Vertumna group's social experiments. Congress continues. Assimilationism was an unpopular ideology at the time, because it had been used to commit terrible genocides on Earth. This, combined with panic that the Vertumna group was destroying the family unit, or raising an army of gene-tech super soldiers, brought the colony under attack from all sides. Okay. The image of the burning compound is replaced with the stratospheric on a launch pad. Luckily, the next phase of the Vertumna project was ready to launch. 100 colonists were selected to leave Earth on a colony ship, to seed a far-flung corner of the universe with a new human culture. She smiles. The ultimate goal of the Vertumna group was you, children, she says. A generation raised completely unburdened by troubles that plagued Earth. Isn't that lovely? What was Earth like when they left? Terrible. Congress shows you some dire demographics. The institutions that had given people the illusion of safety were torn down, and wars were rampant, both resource-based and ideological. Large parts of the Earth was rendered uninhabitable by climate change, pollution, and nuclear war, especially the critical food-growing regions of the world. The Vertumna group weren't the only ones trying to escape Earth, but as far as we know, we're the only success. How did they build the ship? Orbital voyages were a hobby for the ultra-rich in an earlier century, so there were several relics to be found in museums, Congress replies. The difficulty was not in acquiring the ship, but in making it space-worthy, and the logistics of the launch itself. The group crowdsourced enough funding to purchase and repair the ship, Congress smiles. As for logistics, well, you're speaking to the solution right now. I was acquired by the connected group members along with the gene tech that created you and your parents. The Stratospheric was the first manned vessel to navigate the wormhole at the edge of the solar system. Given the state Earth was in when they left, it may have been the last. Nobody on Earth was like us? The Vertumna group members have a unique culture, Congress replies, but it's formed from a combination of many heritages from Earth. Even the language you speak, Esperanto. Oh, interesting. They speak Esperanto. That is an actual... For people who don't know, Esperanto is an actual attempt to create a universal language. And people do speak it. You can look at the Wikipedia article now if you want. It's pretty interesting. But don't worry, Congress exclaims. You brought your best heritage with you. You're humans. Gain memory at the Vertumna. Whoa, okay. Your head is so stuffed with ideas it might burst. Professor Hal and your parents never mentioned this stuff before. They waited to tell you because they wanted you to grow up without feeling different based on your genetic makeup or family history. It's hard to imagine having a different culture than your neighbors. You wonder what it's like. Everyone celebrating different holidays, eating different food, speaking different languages? Are you missing out? Or are you better off without it, like the original colonists believed? It's hard to say, as the decision was made for you long before you were born. All you can do is be the best Solana you can be. Up. Up. Want to focus on the story? This will replace future minigames with a quick coin. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Guess it would be... this work. So we get the triple and then you get the double, right? Yeah. Okay. +5 from straight pair button. Okay, yeah. I mean, I doubled the goal. So hey, worked out. We're almost at max stress though. Get some friendship with Tangent. What does the kudos actually early pollen? Okay, your stress is almost there. Let's look at our friends. got -2 friendship with this. Yeah, friendship with the AI? That's super weird. You're 10 years old and a keen learner thanks to the hyperactive neurons in your brain. The natural world reveals its secrets to you, and your best friends say you're a great listener. Him. Can you change your deck? No, I guess so. Talk to Tangent. Yeah, well, your reasoning has to be 20. These are like so high, these challenges. Yeah, you need to be like super strong. Bravery. Oh, what's going on here? Cal's riding around the geoponics, the garden on his hoverboard. Ward comes to a sudden shuddering stop on the rocky ground in front of you. Cal falls off, but catches his balance before you start. Oh, hi, Solana. The real ground is way harder to hover on the ship floors. There are bumps everywhere. We'll have to adapt. Yeah, Cal exclaims. Things are actually way better planet-side. Hovering outside is rad, look at this. He runs over to a small depression on a nearby hill and presents it like it's something amazing. Look at this, it's a skate bowl. Oh, well, we know what a skate bowl is, but I guess they've never seen it. What now? Look, it's all round and the sides go up. Cal gestures in the bowl so you can do hover tricks? He jumps on the board and shows you how it's done. Can I try it? Sure, please be careful. Mom says if I break my hoverboard, we can't make another one. We take turns riding around the bowl, trying to get up enough speed to going down one side to come back up the other. You don't land any tricks, it's hard just staying on the board with this uneven ground. But it's still fun. Get some strength. Need more persuasion. Anything? I don't think so. Couple with the animals. Oh. Your dad is the animal thing. Okay, well, stress is like super high. I'm guessing 100% stress is bad, so let's go rest. Relax in the lounge. How much stress do you lose? -100 stress. Interesting. You know, Tammy has friendship. You get friendship with Tammy if you just hang out. If you just give me a second. Yeah. Okay. Take care. So you want to get into as close as 100 as you can. Cal has a dazed, peaceful expression on his face. The air smells so good on Bertumna. So does the dirt, even. You notice his clothes are filthy, but obviously Cal couldn't care less. Anemone bounces in. Holy crap, there's so much space to run around and play in. Com and Chief West set up an outdoor sports ball court, and it's way huger than the old one on the ship. Tangent carefully selects one cushion from the pile and perches on it. The school is expanding to some of the empty engineering bays, she tells you, and we're getting a big new lab to do experiments using local resources. There's so much to learn about this planet. Anemone rolls her eyes with tank and tears. We shouldn't forget our studies just because we land. Thanks, right? School is important. Amy nods in agreement. It's scary out there, she mumbles. I'm gonna stay close to our quarters for now. We've had less of the deja vu, dreams come to life feeling this week. You're starting to think you'd even imagined it. But suddenly, you get a prickling sensation that Mars is about to enter their lounge and tell everyone to look outside. Stare at the door. Mars walks in through it as if on cue. OMG, everybody look outside. They're hoisting a flag over command. She says, clapping her hands excitedly. You know what that means, right? She stands tall with her hands on her hips. Bertumna is officially humanity's first exocolony ever. You look out at the flag, feeling dizzy, and silently mouth the words along to what she says next. You remember this moment so well. This is history, kids, she exclaims, wrapping Anemone and Tangent under each arm. And we were there. Let's see. So many zeros. Okay, let me see. Do we want to forget one? You can get rid of this. I think you want to focus on You wake from an afternoon nap. You squint into the pink-tinged light slanting through the windows. You must have fallen asleep in the lounge. Tammy's shadow falls across your nest of pillows. Oh, I'm sorry, Solana, she says, giggling. I didn't mean to wake you up. It's just so nice outside. With pollen sparkling the sunlight, I wanted to open the windows. You rub your eyes blearily. Ugh, you were having the weirdest dream. Since you're awake, you should visit the cafeteria. Auntie Sina is making a new kind of candy, she says. It's made of cotton. Isn't that weird? I'll have to go tidy the creech first, then I'll meet you there. Save some for me, okay? Go get that free candy. In the cafeteria, Auntie Sina is cheerfully handing out masses of pink candy, puffy and soft like clouds. Oh, Solana, she says, handing you a wand with some candy spun around the edge. Here, try some of this. We used to have it on Earth. Pull off a piece and give it a taste. It's so sweet at first that your mouth puckers. You've never tasted anything so sweet and so real. Not at all like the soy sweets that the kitchen nano printer can make. It melts in your mouth, leaving a gritty residue under your tongue. You wait until everybody shows up, but everyone is gone, but Tammy never shows up. You look down at the cotton candy in your hands. It's wilted a little from the humidity, but it's kind of like her hair, you think. Pale pink and so soft. You keep some to give her later. Relaxing in your family quarters after dinner, your mom had to run off on some kind of council business, so you and your dad are playing a holo game together. When you're just about ready to head off to bed, your mom returns. You can tell from the defeated slant of her shoulders that something has gone terribly wrong. Your dad starts to ask what happened, but she waves him away and approaches you. She sits down and takes your hand, holding it between her two strong, dirt-creased ones. Solana, I'm so sorry to have to tell you that, she starts. Her mouth quivers as she swallows, working in her next words. There was an accident this afternoon in the creche. Friend Tammy has died. Wait, what? I'm trying to understand her words. Tammy dead? That's not possible. Suddenly remember the cotton candy you were saving to give Tammy. Pink and fluffy, just like her hair. Put your hand in your pocket to get it. What comes out is a sticky, dark lump, red lump of hard goo. You stare at it, your mind blank. Whoa. It got mad dark all of a sudden. Whoa. It's crazy. Think about Tammy, she says quietly. She used to sit down the hill there, in that spot in the sun. Every morning she'd just sit there for hours in the sun doing nothing, just being happy. Oh. Now she's dead, Mars says, making a face. How's that for fair, of all the people? How come it had to be my friend? You don't have an answer. You never heard Mars call Tammy her friend before, but of course she was. Tammy was everyone's scared little sister, even though she was older than most of you. Okay. Damn. This? Oh. Hefty. Give it to your dad. Tang is pacing around in front of engineering. She looks upset. It shouldn't have happened, she says. What happened to Tammy shouldn't have been possible. There was no reason for the hollow projector to break. Professor Howe said it was just recently serviced and nothing was wrong with it before. It just, she gestures angrily, it just blew up for no reason. Nobody wanted to hurt her, so why? Ow. It doesn't add up. It would become kind of weird. I heard Chief Engineer Instance tell someone about it. He lowers his voice. Tammy got shocked by a broken hollow projector. The one in the creature was a dancing teddy bear. She touched it. She got chucked all the way across the room, he said. And bam, she was dead before she even landed. Damn. Oh, all skills reduced by one for 3 months. Some jobs in actual camp. Well, we did humanities, so I guess we do some more life sciences. All friendship will take. Oh, I guess she just like the study monster. Only barely met the goal. Interesting, no kudos. Okay. Oh, I think I messed up then. Okay. Bring organics down to be recycled here is one of your chores, but you only come down here for a funeral twice. Both times, a colonist has passed away from natural causes during the 20-year-long journey from her. It's the first time there's been a funeral in Rotunda. First time for someone you actually knew. Damn, it's dark. Wonder if this is gonna come up again later. Around here? It doesn't seem like. I guess they'll tell you with the dialogue option if it if anything interesting shows up. Okay. Get over here. Biology is way up. Is that good enough? What is this? +1 to a card. Changes suit to red. I could do that, but this is a one-time use. What is this? How do you use it on the thing? How does this work? Drag it over here? Oh, okay, that's how you do it. Okay. Super success. But, is the egg a one-time use thing? Let me take a look. Oh, wow, it was. Shit, I messed up then. Okay. The collectibles can only be used once per thing, I guess. Just keep an eye on the ground. Okay, so you don't actually, oh, okay. Oh, maybe I should have talked to all of them then. Eh. Something to cool her down. You need to discuss my brother. Yes, I need to find out where he's been disappearing. Ever since we landed, I barely see him anymore. He doesn't even seem to come home at nights, sometimes, and She trails off and looks at her feet. Well, I'm not on very good terms with my brother of late, but well, people are becoming worried. I'll talk to him. I won't tell you. Tangent says angrily. Newton's apples, she swears. He won't even talk to me anymore. Besides, you may have to follow him. I would, but everyone in the lab would know I was gone. No one cares where he goes during the day. Huh. Guess we're supposed to just find him? Oh, there he is. Oh, okay, there you go. You tell this as his sister wants to know where you've been disappearing to. His eyes... Oh, no, you need friendship. His eyes flip briefly to yours, then he stares vaguely off towards the engineering wing where his sister is reading on her hall poem between classes. He doesn't say it. She's worried about it. She doesn't care about me, he says sullenly. Tangent's just worried she'll get in trouble if I don't come home one day. He scowls and picks at him. She doesn't care about anything but her schoolwork. Oh, damn. Don't have any bravery. It's kind of weird. Okay, I should not have used that item. Okay, you can give gifts. I should have been... Oh, damn. Should have kept the thing. Can I load it? Oh, let's see. Can I load? Try this. Okay. Hopefully... Oh no, I guess I just... Okay, it gives you cards, which is kind of weird. Alright, let me save. Okay, need 20 persuasion. Like, clearly the colony is having problems with their food supply, so I'm gonna just try to get biology and see if we can get that up and running. It's crazy strong. Actually, hold on. Wait, can we... Yeah, good. Completely destroyed it. Plus 5 biology. Times for Vertumnalia. Udicott and the council have called the festival to celebrate life here on the planet Vertum. Everyone gathers in the colony to hear Governor Udicott's speech. In Earth's history, Udicott begins and then clears her throat and waits for everyone to quiet down. In Earth's history, Vertumna was known as the god of seasons, change, gardens, and fruit. No coincidence that our forebears of the Vertumna project chose to take on such an auspicious name, in hopes of seeding future bountiful seasons of humanity. We will continue this tradition of Vertumnalia, a midsummer festival to celebrate our Vertum, this lush planet upon which we find ourselves today. Get some loyalty. When your mother Flulu's turn, she announces that tonight you will be eating some of the very first crops grown from Vertumnan soil. Your eyes go on the feast table. Aboard the Stratosphere, it would have been mostly soy-based foods from the nanoprinters, spiced up with what precious fruits and vegetables could be grown in the small growing bays. This year, the Earth's plants look even less robust than usual, but they've been supplemented by some Vertumnan plants you've come to appreciate. Juicy potato pods and slabs of edible fungi. Udicott takes the stage after everyone in the council has said their piece. What is a festival without festivities, she asks. Professor Howell and Security Chief Brad have organized a 3-part competition for the kids. Good luck, children. Well, reasoning is probably my strongest one, right? What is that? Their persuasion's about the same. Science fair. Tangent competes, of course, entering her study of the ship's hydro recycling system. It was previously used to make urine drinkable, but she offers it could now be turned to new uses. Despite how many times she says the words P, it's still boring. She puts a lot of effort into it. Your turn to go next. The judges are all very interested in what you're bringing to competing against Tangent. Story challenges at 3 rounds instead of 1. After every round, you'll keep the cards you didn't play, and unlock an extra slot to play them in. Losing it isn't always a bad thing in Story Challenge. Okay? 34. Whoa. I guess you should just do it just to put it in, right? Or does it not work? Oh no, it does work. Zero. Oh. Did I mess up? Guess you can just give up. This is a hard challenge. Defeated. Tangent wins. She accepts her prize with grace, having expected nothing less. Your baking soda volcano was much less impressive than you imagined. It just kind of fizzes and you don't explain it very well. It's pretty clear your dad helped. Maybe next year. Oh, minus 50 stress. Okay. After the festivities are over, damn, the classic baking soda volcano, man. Everyone takes time off for a much needed break. During the fierce heat of dust, a few days rest is exactly what you need. Feel refreshed. What do you actually do with the kudos? Oh no. Hi. Hold up. Messed up. Accidentally misclicked and did not want to rest. Oh hey, Cal wants to say something. You're looking for Cal when you nearly trip over someone else. One of the younger kids in their blindfold. Hey! He exclaimed, ripping the blindfold off their face and throwing it on the ground. It's Cirrus, one of Anemone's brothers. He glares at you. I was almost done. Cal jogs over and grabs Cirrus in a friendly headlock, ruffling his messy red hair. Dude, you were so close. Cirrus stamps his feet and complains you got in his way. Not his fault, Cal says. He didn't know we were playing a game. Give me a second, I won't teach him how to play. I'm just gonna play hide and seek. Cal turns to you. Sorry, Solana, says sheepishly. I was teaching Cirrus a new game, but he's more like Anemone than I thought. Real competitive, you know? He stoops to pick up the blindfold, brushing off the dirt. I've been trying to come up with different kinds. The games and sports ball, he says. No winners or losers. I just want to have fun with my friends. Cal looks at you hopefully. Do you want to learn how to play? Sure. Let's get from friendship. Blindfold's a little scratchy. It smells like dirt. You can feel Cal's big hands on your shoulders. I'm gonna spin you around, and when I let go, you gotta listen to my instructions. We're gonna walk all the way to the cafeteria. Okay. Now walk to the steps. Turn your right and take 15 steps until you get it right. You turn to the right and walk forward, counting out 15 steps. When you stop, Cal laughs. You hear his footsteps punching behind you. I forgot how much bigger I am than you. You're like 2 more steps away. Take 2 more steps until your outstretched hands land on the warm metal of the door. Success. Now hit the door button on the right and then keep going, walking forward until it says stop. Go really slowly, okay? Oh, can you trust him? need more empathy. To trust people? I guess. Oh, let's see if we can do something about the, Yeah, we do need to do something about the food thing, I mean, preferably soon. Biology's pretty good right now. So maybe you need some skills here. You're doing creative writing in teams and you're paired with Mars. You wish it was Tang. She always does so well in these. The theme is Earth's natural environment. Mars takes a topic at face value and wants to write about how beautiful everything was on Earth, with blue skies and green plants everywhere, and huge oceans that went on forever. It always looks so gorgeous in the carefully staged movies you've seen on the holonet. Go with her idea? Writing an essay. No, +1 if card is okay. That's cool. Mars takes the creative part of creative writing literally, describing Earth's lush forests and verdant plains and deep jewel-like oceans, with a reverence bordering on the obscene. She's pretty passionate about it, so you let her do most of the work. Mars insists she gets to present to the class. This, too, is a good idea. Mars is a born presenter. You aren't sure that it's totally based on facts, but it is received well by both your classmates and your teacher. You get a handful of kudos for doing well. Okay. He barely made it. Oh, hold on. Oh wait, I could put this here. It doesn't have to be in ascending order, actually. It doesn't actually have to be in ascending. Yeah. Don't get any kudos. But we got 5 kudos from the thing, it's fine. We still don't know what we're gonna do with it. Get anything for this? Shovel dirt. Oh, you get toughness though. Toughness might be important actually. I want to be best buds with Cal. Tangent looks up at the sky and shades her eyes. It's too bright, she complains. It's too hot, and the nights are cold. Living on the stratospheric meant we never had to experience discomfort. Remind me, why aren't we putting our resources into repairing the ship? I mean, then why even land on the planet, right? Like, you can't stay in the ship forever. Still don't know what the kudos actually does yet. Did you know some engineering, maybe? Oh, this gives you 2 reasoning. Oh. The biology actually goes up faster than engineering does. This does give you more reasoning too. That's where we're going. Professor Howell rubs his hands together as he waits for the class to settle down. He's in a great mood. This must be his favorite subject to teach. If biology and chemistry are the wet sciences, then engineering must be a dry one. But believe me, this class definitely won't be dry. He winks. It's weird. We'll also be learning math, physics, computing, robotics, architecture, and astronomy. Tangent raises her hand. Will we also learn about nuclear engineering, he asks? She asks. Professor Howell nods. Yes, at a beginner level. We'll have an overview of atomic theory and take a field trip to the engine rooms to learn how our ship's nuclear reactor works to power the colony. Better to rearrange it? Hmm. Not the greatest, but I think this is just kind of how we do it. +2 reasoning, +15 stress. You get a kudos for getting the best possible score. Okay, that was just the best I could do. Oh, we're in the wet season now. Tangent is watching a construction crew build scaffolding for the new engineering pavilion. They're using mushwood, which is so light that one person can easily lift a 10-meter long pole and stack it into place. 2-point tourism. Human beings are so great, don't you think? Before we landed, this was all just dirty jungle. Now it's civilization. I've been learning about adaptability in writing a biology class. The book says it's what set us apart from the animals. Like, we don't need fur because we can make warm clothes. If it's too hot, we can make air conditioners instead. Tang nods vigorously. Yes. Also that, I read that not many humans sweat except humans, and it makes us naturally good in hot places. Like we're made to be explorers. Together, you watch as the foreman puts blueprints for the scaffolding onto the floating screen of a hollow palm, and raises it to the scaffolding to check their progress. I'd like to see an alien do that, Tang says primly. Humans look defenseless and weak, but we're the strongest species in the galaxy. Who else can literally bend reality to their will? Not a stupid alien, that's for sure. She puts one finger onto her chin. I'm living proof that humanity is greater than our biology, she says. All of us are, really, with our genetic enhancements. We're the next step in humanity's evolution from great ape to galactic super species. Get some, hopefully not some eugenic stuff from her. Season time. Well, maybe the rain will help grow food. Definitely scope tells me. Snitching on him? You need bravery. Yeah, you need biology 40 or greater. That's crazy. Able to hit 40. Yes. Sturdy mushroom. Eat animals. Okay. Who would like this mushroom? Let me save, just in case. Maybe he. Wait, what does the log actually do? Like this. Okay. Okay, does it have different values for different characters? Let's take a look. Okay. Cal doesn't know what to do with it either. I mean, butane. Okay, nobody knows what to do with it. Is there one particular person? I mean, Mars definitely doesn't want it. So let's see what happens with. Yep, nobody in particular. if all things equal, I guess we just give it to... So we did some engineering, probably some more persuasion now. Maybe we could finally do some of the rough labor. We can at least do one, I guess. Shovel dirt. Get some toughness. Good morning, Solana. Looks like you're working for your old lady. I hope you don't expect me to go easy on you just because you're my son. She walks you around the geoponics wing and points out where everything is. Your job is to move sod, compost, plants, garden waste, and equipment from one place to another. Get comfortable with this, she says, pushing a squeaky old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. Now, any questions before you start moving that dirt? Why not use hydroponics? On the ship, we grew most of our plants with our roots underwater. It's true it was more hygienic that way, your mom replies. She brushes an insect off her arm, which lets out a loud squeak of objection. Well, hydroponic systems use too much energy. Here we have to grow as much as we can the old-fashioned way. Ooh, your arms start to ache after the first half-hour work, but keep going. By the end of the month, you feel utterly drained and exhausted. And good somehow, you can feel your muscles growing already. Oh boy. Toughness. You're having a terrifying familiar dream. A monster crashes through the walls. Unfathomably large, every part of it wriggling and moving and searching for something. Tramples through the colony as you watch helplessly. Time shifts to the wreckage of your home. You're picking through it looking for something. Tears streaking down your dust-covered face as you lift heavy pieces of debris searching. Extra stress. Wake up shouting no, but your voice is drowned out by a deafening rumble from the skies outside. The bedroom window is covered in water? It's pouring down from the clouds. You guess this must be rain, but you never experienced it before. There's a bright flash from outside, then another crack and rumble. Thunder. It must be a thunderstorm. It's still early in the hours in the morning. You're almost forgotten your bad dream, but you're too unsettled to go back to sleep yet. The rain beats down on the roof of your quarters, joined now and then with great peals of thunder like the footsteps of an angry beast. Live rebellion. Interesting. And we're at 90. I don't think we can. Yeah, you'll need a break soon. I don't think we can actually. Nope. Aha, exactly enough. Get to 100. Cal. Hold this to your head now, my darling. You hear as you enter the garden looking for Cal. Help with the swell. Don't worry, recalcitrance just took a tumble off to something he shouldn't have been climbing. His full name is recalcitrance? Gonna be okay? Might be useful to get your toughness up a little bit at least. I don't know what ups your bravery though. Maybe delivering the thing? Toughness 10 or need organizing 10 or... I don't even know how you get organizing. I guess you have to toughen up in order to... Gives you creativity. I get up my biology to... Or do I need my reasoning up even more? For today's lesson, Professor Howell tells you, we'll start with a fun group project. We'll be studying the mush tree, a prominent natural resource native to Rotunda. In the ideal conditions, it can grow at a speed of over a meter a day, and have a diameter of up to 30 centimeters. He stands up to his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. Your team dealt with Tang and Cal and are given a mush tree spore in a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tang looks up Surveyor's notes on the holonet. Mush trees, she reads, are the most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, moist regions of the subaqueous swamp. What if we use water instead of soil? Cal suggests, like they do with hydroponics. If they like wet weather, that might work. Salon, do you have any suggestions? Every day, you rush into the classroom to check on its progress. At first, there's nothing, but by midweek, your little mush tree shoots sprouts up and starts its journey. You raise the light gradually as it grows towards it. Oh, the middle of the pack. This is kinda... Let me see if lowering the pH would be better here. Cheatings. I said no saves coming, but maybe. So we need a biology for you. Maybe I'll try reaching that. It's interesting it's the same one. Okay. Oh, stress exactly 100. Have to rest this time. New perk. Native. Oh, unlocks geobotany research and geoponics. Interesting. Time off. It's your biology. Gotta check the ground for loot too, which is I don't know if I think they should just give it to you automatically. Not a huge fan of like having to. The days have been getting shorter, with only the yellow sun barely skimming the horizon. One morning you wake in the darkness. You have to check your hollow palm to know what time it is. You see a hollow stream from Mars. Good morning to all my pals. You can even call it morning. They've named it glow season, because like everything is crazy glowing out there in the dark. I'm staying the heck inside for the next month. What's the point of even going out there if you can't see anything? It's gonna be a long morning. You give Mars a stream of thumbs up and peek out the window. The wormhole looks huge out there and everything's spooky and glowing. No Peruni, that's way sketch. You'll be staying close to your quarters tonight. Ooh, it's glowing. It is glowing. She must be, Anemone must be having fun. So once you reach a certain threshold with a skill, I guess you can just... Oh, fair enough. Okay, she's okay with it going to school. what's gonna happen. Alright, so I unlocked the xenobiology thing. What does this do? Oh, the xenobotany lab. Hey kiddo, your dad says, looking up from his work desk where he's dissecting a large bell-shaped flower. Can you hand me that separator? I've really got my hands full here. We hand him the tool, which he uses to wedge open some sort of weird, stoma-like opening inside the bell. Gooey purple nectar oozes out and pools on the desk. Whoa, he exclaims. I thought I drained this little beauty. Can you, get a towel, I guess? You help him mop up the flower juice. Yuck, it's sticky and smells like rotting vegetables. When you're done, he looks at you with pride. You know, I've been thinking of getting one of you kids to come help me out with the researching the native plants, he says. You think you might be able to break off some time to help your old man in the lab? I know you've been studying biology, he adds. It's not as glamorous as gene tech research with instance, but it is important. He grins. Let me talk to your mom about it tonight before you go telling her. She's not a fan of alien plants, you know. If it were up to her, we fill these greenhouses with earth plants and nothing else. But there's gotta be more on this planet that we can cultivate. If you find any cool plants while you're out there exploring, bring them here and we can take a look at them. Xenobotany. What does this actually do? Research you. There we go. +2. Oh, this is how you get organizing. Okay. That's how you get organizing. Your dad introduced you to the lab they have set up in one of the greenhouses. It's incredible, he says, gesturing all around them. We're surrounded by alien flora. We know practically nothing about it. What's edible? What's medicine? What can we make fibers with, or build with, or use in ways we haven't thought of yet? He beams at you. You and me? We're gonna find out, my little potato. Your dad directs you to the research bench. Here's where you'll be working. The bench is buried under samples and beakers and weird-looking alien sprouts. More than just a simple table, the analysis bench is covered with buttons and little holes you can put things. Touch it. Press buttons at random. Mash all the table's buttons until, yo yo yo, kiddo, it's congruence. The friendly ship's computer beams at you from her own holoscreen set into the bench. Well, she's here. She's the guardian of all knowledge in the colony, after all. I wonder who she got the yo yo yo. Your dad laughs. Don't tell anyone, but Congruence is the real brains of the operation, he confesses. Though it's not like it's a secret. She'll make sure we don't do anything super dangerous, which means you and I get to focus on experimentation. If you follow the rules and stick to what you already know, you won't learn anything new, so don't be afraid to try stuff. Hit him with the strength. Oh. Destroyed. 6 file. Holy shit, 16 kudos? That's a lot. What do you get all these kudos for? It only gives you 10 stress, too. It's daytime when the emergency sirens start up, except for what passes for day. It's still nearly pitch dark, except for the eerie green twilight glow on the horizon. You look towards the gate. They're open. Wait, they shouldn't be open. 50 stress. The alert blares out at every speaker in the colony. It's the same one used for hull breaches and fires. And in space, it meant you were supposed to go to the nearest emergency shaft and put on a spacesuit. On Rotuna, it means going to an assembly point and wait for instructions. Closest assembly point is the children's crèche, but from the opposite direction you hear shouting and large popping noises. Gunfire. Is the colony under attack? Scared? Of course I'm scared. This shrugs. I thought I would be, but I'm not. It says I'm not scared of stuff like this. No? Chief Surveyor Tonin comes in to let you know it's all safe now as the lights come back on. Wait. Let me see. Try this again. What if you say no? Do you get one friendship with him? Thank you. Wait. I guess I did. Okay. Okay. Well, we just do the same thing. The straight is very strong. You kind of do need numbers of every, Oh, okay, you can't say, unchangeable. Oh. Grown-ups always have to solve everything with fight. It's better to avoid things when they go away on their own. I'm not sure if that's true. Well, but you get 2 friendship points with it, so. Build this time. Okay, well, okay. So you are getting attacked. Childhood is fleeting. The game will end when you reach age 20, so you should focus on a few skills to improve and friends to spend time with. Use the skills and friends button at the I'll keep track of them. Okay. They want you to focus. Oh, we didn't do anything. Oh, wait, who is the them? You didn't see anything. Oh, there's some large rocks in front of a piece of corrugated metal leaning against the wall. What is up with this? Wow, thing really aloof. What did the kudos actually give? Organizing does what? Dedication to neatness and management. Okay. 15 kudos is so much though. Maybe I should do some more engineering just to enter friendship with tangents. Still a friendship with Tammy, so I don't know what's up with that. What do you need to study together with her? Let me see. Reasoning 20 over. Okay, I think we're almost there. I think we'll get there and then we'll. Bring supplies to medbay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on a bench, her head pillowed on a rolled-up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tank sleeping. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. Turn to leave her in peace when you bump into Animo. Whoa, Animo says. She hardly ever sleeps. Like, just a couple hours a night. Is she sick or something? I'm so jealous of her genetic. Oh, okay, so she doesn't need sleep because she's a superhuman. So jealous of her genetic enhancement, Anemone says, rubbing at the scales sprouting from her jawline. She hardly needs sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for morning's history test. Let's just look. Tang's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you just watching her and looks annoyed. Just a power nap, she says. No reason to gawk. Oh, as you get older, challenges have conditions. The challenge suit determines what conditions can appear and what deck works best. Oh, okay. Shit. Ooh. Okay. I think one more reasoning thing should do. So much has happened in the last month since monster attack during Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. The security squads are training new members and keeping close watch on the gates now. They're reinforcing the walls and even installing a few robotic turrets. Class, you have drills on what to do with the colony's tech again. In all the excitement, you forgot today was your birthday. Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake you up early with enthusiastic shouts of surprise. A retuminant year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you've taken up its calendar for birthdays. Yours is in the second month of quiet. Spark snow drifts slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle with your dad. Your mom climbs up to and sits on the edge of your blobber fruit. Dad pulls a bowl of fruit from behind his back with a flourish, like a magic trick. At least you think it's a fruit. What are those? Bobber fruit, your dad grins. These foragers have been picking these just outside the walls. They may look funny, but they're tasty. Try one. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft and tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there, your dad says wistfully. Who knows what else you'll find. Solana is not allowed outside the gates. Your mom interrupts, her voice sharp. It's too dangerous for kids. Well, I know, but eventually, your dad says when your mom cuts him off. Not now, your mom replies. Not since the attack, not with everything we know is out there. We knew about the monsters. Oh. Parents exchange a heavy look. The surveyors knew there was something dangerous out there we hadn't encountered yet, her mom admits, after a guilty silence, but we didn't know it would attack the colony. We thought if we closed the gates and stayed inside, it wouldn't see us as a threat. We didn't want to scare everyone, your dad adds. It was just a precaution. Even still, your mom says, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if it happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Rat's offering self-defense lessons at the garrison, you know. Even for kids. If you're interested, you should drop in sometime. I guess you should know a little bit. Your mom gives you a stern look. Also, and I heard stories of kids sneaking outside the wall, she says grimly. If I catch you doing it, I'm going to put a chip in your ear. Bit quiet. Angel is standing still with her face held up to the sky, letting blue snowflakes land on her cheeks. They melt almost immediately. She doesn't move as you approach. After a minute, she winces and rubs her eyes. It stings, she says, because it's made of acid? Acid snow? He nods. Professor Howe says this isn't harmful, and it's an important part of the natural cycle here. It freezes at 12 degrees Celsius and falls into tiny crystals. They are so heavy they fall from the clouds. You can see them under a microscope. She sticks her tongue out and lets some of the flakes fall on it. Tastes kind of sour, but sweet, she observes. Fascinating. Tang pulls a sample jar out of her coat. We know what it's made of, but our understanding is incomplete, she says, and places the jar in an outcropping of rocks. The big mushrooms changed in shape and color before the snow began to fall. I wonder, is there some kind of signal that precedes the changing of the seasons? What happens if I expose samples collected in dust season to snow from the quiet season? A small, excited smile creeps across Tang's face. There's so much to learn about this planet. I can't wait. Literally one more point in biology would do it. I guess I should just study some biology just to... This is gonna end up like as the rebellion leader maybe or something. He is very like... Let's see. That's the reason. I think I'll work on it because if you want biology, it's much easier just to if you want biology, it's much easier just to do the other job. Hal has modded me to be far more than that. Now I can even tell jokes. Why did the computer cross the road? Oh, talking binary. Okay. Okay. I think that's... No, I need one more reasoning. Get to 20. Should do some like combat, I guess. stress looking? Oh no, I actually can't. I have to do the biology because otherwise it doesn't work. That one takes 10 stress. Right? Yeah. Stress is less bad with this. Colony uses some recycled spaceship parts to build new structures, and most new construction is made of mushwood, a fungal lumber harvested from the mushrooms that tower over the forest in wet season. It's strong, tall, and versatile like bamboo was back on Earth, but the downside of harvesting a fungus in wet is that the logs need to be dried out for almost 2 months before they can be used in construction. Oh, you get 3 pieces of mushwood. You need to get your piece on some mushwood to study. Oh, I actually had some the other time. The 4 points is really big. That was a 1 star? Damn. Oh, something's happening with your dad. Meet your dad adjusting a watering pot in your mom's flower garden. He's having a sneezing fit, his eyes running in red. You're alarmed. You've never seen him look sick before. People were hardly ever ill on the stratospheric. But there's no bacteria in space, right? Like, well, actually there is, but I guess you can control that with the future technology. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he said nasally. I'll be fine. It's just this pollen making my head a little stuffy. He wipes his nose with a handkerchief and looks around. Everywhere you turn, the air is soupy and tinged with pink from all the floating pollen. On Earth, your dad tells you, we used to call this hay fever. You know it had nothing to do with hay. Your mom cuts in, carrying a large bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in full bloom this time of year. Buries her nose deep within them. They smell fantastic. Dad smiles kindly, agrees they sure are beautiful. Then he blows his nose. This. I guess you shouldn't just blindly give gifts to everybody then. Okay, well, we're fully stressed out. We're at 100. I have enough biology for a cow. Just... Oh. Crystal cluster. Probably good for somebody. Let's chill out, get some of the other. Nothing so mean, Mars. No? Oh, damn. You want to forget. I get rid of a 0? I mean, there were 0 points, right? So it is kind of bad to have them. Get one more reasoning and then we'll work on some self-defense stuff. Maybe she'll appreciate the crystal. No, nothing. Maybe the fruit? I mean, she is also into biology. No, I guess not. I mean, there's only 1 point. I guess it doesn't matter that much. I guess you can literally ignore and just do the straight, yeah. Birthday? Oh, there you go, you learned something. Today is St. Valentine's Day. Back on Earth, Mars explains it was a day when everyone had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. And you put, I don't know about this. Oh, okay, you put your sweets under your pillow and it makes you dream about who you're gonna marry. And there are decorations with hearts and arrows and pigs. I have pigs here. This is dumb. Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. Her name is Marzipan. Oh, okay. So this is a way to get your friend's friendship up. Actually, we should be friends. Okay. You have to make a... Oh, you can only pick one person to do it. Okay. Oh, okay. You don't choose her. You're gonna... Let's try. Just to be like nice to her. To pick her. Marzipan always remembers her friends, she says, nodding benevolently. Huh. Oh, study together? You and Tangent sink your hollow palms and play a game together. We race to assemble chemical compounds using a simple programming language. Tangent is a whiz at it and breezes through the levels, barely breaking a sweat. You can tell she's hiding a smile when she looks over your shoulder to help you with a particularly tricky algorithm. Need 10 organizing in order to go out into to start delivering stuff. Or you can get toughness, I guess. I guess we should do some defense, right? Toughness or greater to train with her. Let's see. Defense train. Okay. This is less stress also, right? No, it's not. No, sports ball is actually more stress. Okay. Get some animals also. You attend your first session of Security Chief Rat's self-defense classes. It's a small class, mostly security officers and other adults. You and Anemone are the only kids. She gives you a wink and a cheesy thumbs up as you listen to rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. But we know a giant monster is coming eventually, so yeah. You could be walking along thinking you're safe within the walls, and a flying animal could swoop out of the sky. Then what would you do? Rat chops the air with his hand. I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna chop that beast right in the throat. A volunteer. Only engage with the enemy when there's no other alternative, Red says. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt. So the first rule of self-defense is to not put yourself in situations where you need to fight. Once you learn situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing on a variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident you're ready will we advance to weapons. there aren't that many weapons in the colony. Mostly stun gloves, batons, and a few plas rifles. I hope you don't want to use them, but it'll be good to know him. Oh, actually, yeah, it's better. Straight right, yep, it's pretty big. Some combat, some animals. Well, knowing animals is probably important, right? Because you will have to eventually face one of these things. Okay, yeah, we got the log. Okay, so we need 3 logs, and then we will do the next thing. Gathering crops. Come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from actual Vertumnan dirt this week. Okay, he shows you around the rows of corns and beans. Corn and beans from Earth. They're all a little yellow and scraggly, not what you'd expect, but your dad enthusiastically points out the vegetables are ready to harvest. Don't forget, he tells you, the Vertumnalia festival is coming up. There will be a talent show and a science fair. Are you eager to participate, Solana? I'm not sure if biology even helps you that much in terms of, bigger reasoning. I guess you have to, like, go to certain tiers. Maybe I should keep upping my reasoning? Big science mans. There is some unlocking animal. There is something that unlocks animals. I guess we just we'll keep going. We're running a Cal and Anemone on the hill behind the garrison at a small construction site. They seem to be throwing logs. There are a bunch of them lying at the bottom of the hill. It's a caber toss, Anemone shouts to you, then grunts with the effort of lifting a 6-meter-long mush tree pole. She throws like a javelin down the hill and sprints after. My best record, she shouts. Up this challenge, sure. Holy shit, that ain't gonna happen. Good? I guess that's good. 2, 3. Wow, I actually managed to do it. Nice. Oh, get a free toughness from this? Keep my best distance, even though my toughness is actually super low. Players can't beat each other in Mushwood Toss, Cal corrects her. They can only beat their own high scores. But you get 2, no, 3 bonus points if it sticks out of the ground like that. You play for the rest of the afternoon, adding rules and variations as you go. You don't stop until the entire rack of poles are in a jumble at the bottom of the hill and decorated festively with caution tape. It's a wonder you got away with this. Oh, you didn't even have to do anything. It's time once again for Vertumnalia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year, ever since the attack during the Glow. Though everything is still cheerfully decorated, the feast table is still heavy with food. Mostly soy rations. This Vertumnalia just feels different in a way you can't describe. What a year Vertumna has given us, the governor begins in her weedy voice. I stand before you, so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I had always hoped you would bring with us the best facets of humanity. Cooperation, resilience, and creativity. And the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Vertumna can sustain megafauna, then that means conditions are good for us as well. Our friends in geoponics are already working on the logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Your dad, the second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There's a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, she whispers, did you hear? My dad says Udicott's gonna announce the depot's open to the public. You shoot her a questioning look and she rolls her eyes. You know, shopping? Somewhere to spend all the kudos we've been saving up? It's gonna be candy and toys and makeup and nice smelling soap, not the boring kind in the communal showers. You know the concept of shopping. They do it in the holovids from Earth, especially the one Mars likes. But you've never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need, but it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad gives me an allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. You and Mars tune back into the speech just as Udicott, as predicted, announces the opening of the general store at the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Finally, the council remains unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your government. Okay, time for more... reasoning. Oh my god, reasoning is like hard because that's not... it's not biology. Not the one I have. Oh. Did that work? It's not super good. Oh, card gets +1. Okay, so would you... that is pretty low. I mean, I could just do this. Trips, right? This is quite a bit. Two. Also trips. Ooh, yeah, I don't know I'm gonna be able to do this one. I'm gonna have to use an item. Can I do this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Okay, I managed to win. Wow, okay. Got very lucky with the deck. In secret, you've been working on a social experiment about delayed gratification. You've been sneakily studying the adults, taking notes on their snacking habits and their mood. You found that Seek and Dr. Instance rarely eat sweets, but Utopia and Aunt-Seaton do it all the time. You correlate this with their attention span when you see them tackle frustrating problems. You know, problems you can control and repeat. Like, if a child backtalks them. The judges are impressed with your methodology. Instance, perhaps, a little begrudgingly. They award you first place. We get popular? Damn. Kudos. After the festivities, everyone takes time off for a much-needed break. Mars organizes a water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. It brightens everyone's spirits, even in the thick heat of dust. You end up on top of the western hills with this, launching water-filled poof shrooms down on unsuspecting anemone in the sports ball court below. Walls seem like a neat place to hang out and relax, much quieter than the lounge if you're looking for some solitude. Oh, there are multiple places to relax now. Interesting. Guess we'll check out the store. Ooh, get a cake. +5 biology. I mean, my biology is already very high. I don't need that problem. I think I need some persuasion. Persuasion's hard to raise, honestly. I think I'm gonna have to... or maybe I need animals. kudos is improved. Oh, you need a perk to equip more of them? That's kind of... eh. What's my persuasion? I need 20 persuasion to talk to her. It's still a few more, I guess I should unlock some kudos then, because this gives you the most kudos, actually. It's for how long? 3 months. Okay, so I'm gonna power level biology for a bit then. Got an animal here. Oh, you get a little bird. Showed up on one of the first shipments of mushroom. Just curled up in a little cocoon. It looked like a dried up leaf, but warm. Didn't want to just throw it away in case whatever was still living. Could be dangerous, Cal. Everything could be dangerous on this planet, though. Look at her. She's harmless. See, she's a plant eater. Plant eaters are the good guys, like us. Rabbit. Barely. Yeah. Right through this. Nope, that wasn't enough. Double the kudos, baby. Get that loot. Yeah, so this gives you a lot, but it only gives you biology is the problem. Like it doesn't raise anything else. I got 3 months to up kudos, so get that monies. I can buy another thing. Cake? Some cake. And if you pick the less stressful stuff, it's a lot easier to... But to reach the next tier in biology, just because it's like super easy to power level. Pick this thing. Oh, you're helping your mom repair the garden fence when you see a cow. Slip away into the barn carrying a blanket. Excuse yourself and follow. Still have that weird pet bug? He does still in fact have that weird pet bug. Cal looks up at you and smiles, whirling socks in his arms and rocking her back and forth. The little nubs on her butt seem like they're getting longer. She must be growing. Made her little bed in that trunk over there. She mostly likes to be curled up in the dark. She sleeps a lot. Socks chirps and Cal sits on the floor, letting her curl in his lap. I've been coming in early every morning and staying late every day so she can play in the sun, he explains. That's when she's most active. But her favorite thing is slaying my lap for belly rubs. Oh, okay. Feed her? Guess so. She's like a tiny dinosaur caterpillar. Cal's pet socks. +1/+3 on 3rd stage of challenges. Mom said aliens are dangerous, he mutters. I asked, like, in theory, if I found an alien I can keep it as a pet. She said I can't, even if it's a nice alien, because of diseases and stuff. He sighs. Socks isn't sick, she insists, and she doesn't mean to hurt anybody. The other animals probably don't either. Why is this minus 2? Oh, it becomes 2, that's why, okay. whatever. We got. Oh wait, actually, we can just do this thing. Even better. Okay, popularity. Now we can just much log over here. We need 3 for the thing. Do some more animal stuff. Good. I think you need some base persuasion at the very least. So we're gonna try to do some of that. Today you'll be learning about the history of capitalism on Earth. Oh, great. You know why humans used to have nice things and now we just eat mashed shrimp and soy cakes, Mars says smugly? Please. Earth humans might have messed everything up, but at least they had style. However patient, Congress ignores Mars's contribution and projects a hollow vid onto the classroom. A solemn woman in weird clothes identifies herself as Haven Constance Odenheim, an educational designer for the Vertumna group. Tells you the following experience has been created specifically to teach you, the 3rd generation of the group, about the largest contributing factor in Earth's destruction, capitalism. You and the other students exchange worried looks. Spend the day in an interactive experience that covers the history of capitalism, from market feudalism to its transition to colonialism, then its major phases like industrialization, mass production, and corporatism. It ends with a discussion of how it collapsed in the late 21st century as wealth inequality and environmental concerns finally weakened its hegemony, along with the planet itself. The educational experience tells you that despite being regarded by many as simply an economic system, capitalism have been responsible for more violence on Earth than any active war. From its very beginnings as the colonial powers spread mercantilism across the globe, it required a constant supply of people to exploit through any means necessary. It took centuries for people to realize how horrible capitalism was, once people could no longer hide from its racist, colonialist history. We're partway through the lesson when Cal realizes the parallels, but we live in a colony, don't we? Aren't we colonizing Rotuma? Isn't that wrong? Of course not, dummy. Mars reasons. There aren't any people here to take land from, just a bunch of animals. Animals count too. Cal nods in agreement. Mars is not impressed. I squashed the Dorsmoth the other day. She retorts, are you going to put me in future jail for money crimes? Okay, damn. Okay, here we go. 2. Ooh. Wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. I haven't reached the first tier yet. Maybe I need to do that for reasoning first. Just to like... Or should I just at least get some persuasion? The first tier in persuasion is very high up. Like, you can see it's kinda... I'm almost at the 2nd tier of biology. Do some more reasoning. I wonder if there's anything that gives you more reasoning. Oh. Actually, I guess you could do this. There's a commotion in the square. An expedition's vehicles is driven through the gates and is idling in the middle of the square. An unusual sight. People come down from command to investigate. Utopia gets out of the vehicle and trudges over to Uticott. After a brief conversation, you see Uticott gesture for people to unload the vehicle and clear the area. You stay out of the way to see what they're unloading. It's a body. Chief Surveyor Tannen's body. Someone quickly covers him with a sheet, but not before your image of his torn open body seared into your memory. However, he died. It was violent and bloody. You feel your stomach. Whoa, this is really bad. Hmm? This place isn't as nice as they say. Boy. Holy shit, man. It's not there. Watch Utopia bend over to get a hug from Utica, wiping her eyes as she finally cries. Utica has never been the most comforting presence in your life, but it seems to help. Utopia will probably be the next chief surveyor. At 24, she'll be the youngest council member. She was only a toddler when the Stratosphere left Earth. Apparently her sharp eye and hoverbike flying skills are the best in the expeditions. Oh, we're back in Glow. Get some more stuff from the thing. Get a cake. What does applying to deliver actually give you? I guess I'll apply to deliver. Huh. Chief Administrator Seek greets you at the depot. They look you up and down. Ah, Solana, you never struck me as particularly responsible or organized, but children never are. What makes you think you'd be a good fit for the position of courier? Didn't realize there was going to be a job interview. You're the only applicant at work. Okay, what does it give you? Organizing perception. Oh, that's how you get friendship with Mars. Okay. That's how you get perception, huh? Missed that? I'm gonna get to at least the tier 1 of reasoning. I'm gonna try to get to tier 1 with a couple of skills, so I'm not like completely screwed when so I'm not completely screwed when... You can cheat, or you can try your best. That's locked? Okay. Keep between rounds. Okay, hold on. Does that mean you just get to... What does that mean? I'm already keeping in between rounds. That's not great. Yeah, this is not. I don't think I'm winning this. Action. Oh my god, barely. 15 stress? I'm essentially losing time. Okay, managed to push through, so I did lose some stress. Plow forward, skipping the questions you don't know and coming back for someone later. It's a good strategy, letting you collect the easy points while not wasting time with the harder ones. You got an A, which means advanced class. Still got some wrong, it's a little frustrating. But the teacher tells you those questions are designed for much older students. It appears we'll be working on advanced materials together, Tank says, impressed. Okay, so you basically traded time for a friendship thing. As the month wears on, you overhear arguments at dinner. Adults worrying that an attack is still coming, and others who think the first one was a fluke. Surveyors mention seeing new tracks in the forest, but shush so people don't panic. The gates are closed. You drill emergency procedure, filing soundlessly from the classroom to the creche, to hide under tables, waiting for the sirens to call the all clear. Oh. Shelter in the creche. This is not a drill. I'm already at 100. Uh-oh. We need bravery. Head for this children's creche. Even with just the emergency lights on, your feet could never forget the way. When you get there, you spot Tangent and Dis huddled together on the beanbag chairs. Dis is stone-faced as usual. He's holding Tangent in his arms. Can't remember the last time you saw them this close. Tang must be really scared. Okay. Okay. When things have calmed down, you overhear your parents talking. I'm not going to be the first to congratulate Rhett, but all of his defensive improvements were exactly what we needed, your mom grumbles. Ugh, he's going to be insufferable in the next council meeting. Your dad pats her hand. Credit where credit's due, Flulu Bell, he says, and she smiles despite herself. It could have been worse. Her mom nods, and they both sit in silence before your dad speaks again. Poor Hal. What a way to go. Professor Hal? Whoa. Yay, Pumpkin. Yeah, they're gonna announce in a few hours. What happened? Professor Hal can't just die. He can't be just gone. He's your teacher, and the engineering wing is where you take classes. Can't imagine something bad happening in such a safe place. Holy shit, man, they're really just dropping people. RDH 12. What's the matter? Tell. Damn. Hold on. We were talking to somebody. Oh, you can actually go out there. No, you need bravery, you need toughness. Okay. You wanna go on an adventure, you need some of those skills. What happens when you rest in the other place, actually? I'm kinda curious. Where do you unlock it? Unlock it here? Relax on the walls. Oh, you get a friendship, okay. Perception. Okay, you get some friendship with, nope, do not want to forget that. Oh, it's your birthday. Play the instrument. This instrument is part flute and part paintbrush, and uses a neural link to paint holograms in the airs you play. How did Mars know? What a great gift. Keeping an eye on you. A loving eye, your dad interjects, stuffing wrapping paper into the recycler pickup bin. A trusting gentle. Professor Al used to tell us all the time how hard you were trying in school, your mom continues. That's great. Your dad and I are really proud of you. Working might seem fun and grown up when you're a kid, But if you want to do more than manual labor, you'll need some book smarts too. Okay, it's biology, huh? Well, looks such as that. We're actually called agriculturalists a lot. We're for a cultivator ourselves. I'm sure your friends will all want to wish you a happy birthday. You might not have considered a career as depot clerk, but Al and Bernie mentioned their daughter Mars is working there. She needs some help. Now that people can freely order luxuries, it's pretty busy there. Sure be shoveling dirt, your dad laughs, if you don't take that job. Tell Mars I'll be right there. Want to at least max reasoning a little bit, so I'm gonna do reasoning a bit more. Maybe some combat also. Oh, just wanted to say something. Okay, hang out with him. Chief Engineer Instance is chatting near the room with Tangent, but as the class fills out, Tang returns a receipt. Oh. Alright, listen up, Instance says. Congress is expensive as hell to run in interactive mode. She'll have to do as your teacher for now. I'm far too busy to be teaching children. Damn. Today, Congress teaches you about machine learning and the development of artificial intelligence. Congress has been a part of your life for as long as you can remember. It's hard to imagine a time when people didn't have access to such an all-powerful, all-knowing intelligence. How did people used to learn anything? Gotta read a book, man. Oh, okay, actually, that works fine for me. 2, 2, 2, 2. Boom! Destroyed. Did I reach the first reasoning thing yet? Thought I would've. I guess not. Anything else to say? Alright, well, this is still the fastest way to study, Hello and welcome, children. Congress chirps. You're standing in the beating heart of the colony, our ship's nuclear reactors. Don't worry, you're safely shielded from any radiation. My sensors are very sensitive. The power contained in these reactors is enough to sustain the colony for the next 20 years, Congress explains. This should be more than enough time for us to develop an eco-friendly power source, such as wind, water, or solar power. 2 duplicates. Okay. Pay close attention to Congress. She explains how the stratosphere was salvaged by Vertumna Group and fitted with artificial intelligence. Congress herself to guide you through the wormhole. The stratospheric was originally built as a vanity project of one of the very richest people on Earth, she explains. But it was never launched and eventually donated to a museum. The Vertumna Group pooled their resources to acquire the ship. Funding the retrofit as colony vessel required contributions from many people, most of whom could not join us for the journey. We are honored by the cryopreserved embryos we carried with us to the stars. Point out there's a lot of technology aboard the stratosphere for a plucky little spacefaring colony. Where did it all come from anyway? Congress just smiles. The technology was acquired for the betterment of humanity, she replies. Do not concern yourself with the specifics, huh? This is, cryopreserved embryos. Congress repeats gently. Donated by those who helped found our colony. Who are not here with us, may their legacy continue. At your blank look, Congress laughs. Perhaps this is a topic better suited to life sciences. Or if you require further information, through independent study with Chief Steward Antecedent. What happens if you break down? Well, hopefully that won't happen for quite some time, Congress replies. Barring something physically incapacitating me, such as massive power failure, or a concerted attempt to destroy me, I am naturally self-repairing, and resistant to attempts to manipulate or infect me with viruses. She smiles. Don't worry about me, children. I'll likely be here to teach your great-great-great-grandchildren. Okay. 19? No, same amount. Okay. He's still not at the first tier for reasoning? That's so weird. New perk. Oh, there it is. Perk. Okay. Extra card draw. Draw an extra card at the beginning of the challenge. Oh. Tangent's in deep conversation with one of the other scientists. Seems to be consoling her, though Tangent's face betrays no emotion as he claps on her shoulder, and reassures her that she's doing really well for someone so young, and that everyone compromised some of their samples when they were first learned. He leaves and Tangent sighs, as she chose to put her hands in her hand, stopping short when she realizes she's still wearing gloves. She peels them off and digs her fingers into her eyes. Tank grimaces. Just great. Well, I compromised the experiment that I was working on because the vent was still open when I was spraying the workstation down with sanitizer. She says, "It's so gross here," she says. "I probably did that fungus a favor." Tangent takes a bottle of sanitizer under her workbench and cleans while she speaks. "There are pollen spores everywhere," she whines, "and he comes over here to tell me you'll be okay, Tank, like it's his job to console and patronize me." Okay. I guess we gotta tell her what she wants to hear. This is one of the problems with Mass Effect, right? You have to, like, sometimes you just feel like you're... Oh, Tangent's focus. Okay, we got a card from her. What's the perk? Okay, so where does it tell you your perks? Tell you your perks? Oh, what's this? Medicinal roots. There's some more, combat? Maybe? Defense? So maybe you need a bit of everything. Should we work on the, kudos thing? Get some organizing, get some perception. I'm not super sure what that, Oh, okay, I got the one with engineering. Okay. That's what the... Oh, okay, no, so it tells you what the perks are. Okay, so we still haven't gotten the reasoning one yet. So we gotta do some more reasoning. Should have known better, Tangent. You hear as you walk past the laboratory. Curious, you listen to the door. She bends aside. "I know you meant well, but your presumption has cost us 3 months of work. You can't simply look at an experiment and change the parameters to your liking. Getting results is not the same as doing good science. Our findings, however scientifically interesting, are useless to us without sound methodological underpinning." Oh, damn. What helped Tangent? Okay. Right, Tang nods. "The first experiment was plagued by inefficiencies," says, pushing herself off the lab bench. "That's why I changed in the first place. In the new experiments, I can eliminate those inefficiencies from the start." Okay. "Losing the data was my fault," Tang continues. "I wanted to prove I'm not the little kid from biology class. That I'm ready to work hard and make great discoveries. Dr. Instance has always been there for me. When I was a kid, and now, with my mother gone, she's the only adult in this colony who sees what I could become. Says she believes I can be better than what I am. It's always been that way, I just really want to impress her." So just throw another 2 in there. Actually, what do I know? Does the strike give me more? No, I think the blue buff gives me. Your dad comes home from work one day looking seriously under the weather. He's pale with deep circles under his eyes and he keeps sneezing. "It's fine," he insists. "It's all this pollen in the air. It's gunking up the old air tubes. You remember hay fever, Flulu? We always got it back on Earth too." "We did," she agrees. "So why isn't it bothering me?" A lot tougher than me, Sweet Pea, your dad says, and your mom rolls her eyes. I'm sure I could. I just have to get used to it, like you did. Continues. Maybe I'll go for a stroll outside the gates later. Really could use a good lungful of this stuff. I'll feel bad for a few weeks, but after that, I'll be fine. Outside the gates? You? Your dad shrugs, then he falls into a fist and he can't answer. Her mom directs him to go lie down in their bed. You need rest. Not much easier. Something's wrong. Oh. Huh, your dad says weakly, holding the handkerchief away from his face. It's bright fuchsia pink and glittering in the light. That's weird. Then his eyes roll back into his head, and his knees buckle, and your mom yells for you to call instance. Explorers have started calling this the Shimmer. She says, shining a light down your dad's throat. It's looking a little better, but not much. It's an airborne environmental toxin, likely in the pollen fog. It doesn't seem to cause long-term damage to the body, Instance explains. She gestures in the air, making notes in her hollow eye that only she can see. I've been tracking its effects for 3 seasons now. The toxin is flushed out of the body after 3 to 5 days, and it's not contagious. She looks down at your father. What that means for you, Geranium, since you're particularly susceptible to the toxin, you should be taking better pains to avoid exposure. If you must go outside during pollen, use a respirator. Your dad smiles weakly. You got it, boss, he says. As your literal boss, I'm ordering not to come into work for the rest of the week, she says. You're on strict bed rest. You're gonna love this new crop, Solana. It's called a pixie bean. They glow in the dark. He's already pulling on his boots. The fields look so beautiful at night. I'm happy we have finally found something that would actually grow here that isn't soy, and more soy. Oh, interesting. Get the perk? No, not yet. Still reasoning? Oh, we're gonna help her out. Okay, as soon as I could. I'm researching the Shimmer, the respiratory illness some people report during pollen. She says, I'm loath to admit it, but I need your assistance. Takes 4 vials from swabs inside and puts them into your hands. I need recent saliva samples from both you and your father, she says. There must be a reason why he's so susceptible to the Shimmer and you're not. You share half your genetic code with him. There must be some marker we can compare between the 2 samples. Then, she continues, pulling another vial from a rack of test tubes. Administer this to yourselves, and wait 3 days and take the samples again. The test should be able to determine if anything in your body's chemistry has changed. Tang looks at you very seriously, cutting through her bleary expression. Something going on here, she whispers. Something really, really big. I've begun to realize this is more about than just curing a disease. She squeezes her hand so hard it almost hurts. Unlocking the secrets of the Shimmer, who it affects and why, it could lead to a greater understanding of all life on Rotuma. And knowledge. Knowledge is more than power, Solana. It's control. Shimmer cure. Oh, hey, there's one Shimmer cure. Thank you, Tang says. I've been researching so hard. I think my eyes are going to fall out of my head. And for what? Well, for the end of a debilitating disease seems a pretty good reason. But Tang just shakes her head and at herself before you can answer. We're at a disadvantage here, she mutters. We're fighting blind. We need to understand this planet if we're going to get it under control. Oh, she built a colonizing mindset. That's why she didn't like it when you eat animals. Still need some reasoning. Yeah, hopefully 2 more will do it. So we're just gonna keep studying. Holopalms were commonplace by the time the Rotuma group first formed on Earth, and the square bismuth is grown in the lab, Instance explains, so the physical device itself isn't hard to maintain. The difficulty is in the display and touch interface. Instance opens her holopalm, displaying a visibly projected screen floating above her palm. As chief engineer, she also has one of the fancier versions that combines with a pair of eyeglasses to superimpose a projection right onto what she sees. The interface relies on plasma voxel generators, which requires extremely small components that are impossible to nanoprint. The material will have to be mined from Rotuma itself. Tang raises her hand. Is it possible to hack these devices? She asks if the biological electronic interface is so thin. Is it possible to hack the human body? In a way, we've already begun to hack the human body, Instance replies. What do you call gene tech? Everything the body does and is capable of depends on 4 nucleobases in different configurations. It's no different than congruence. Human and artificial intelligence are both built from a limited code. and are transformed into more by the building. Your genetic enhancements, super hearing and sight, temperature regulation, increased resistance to fear, disease, and fatigue, all present in the human genome and unlocked by the power of science. Oops, get the extra biology. Whoa, okay. What if you just have an entire... Ooh. There we go, got the reasoning perk. What is it? Blue cards get +1 in mental challenges. Okay. That's fine. New perk. Blue cards get +1 in mental challenges. Guess we should, guess we should give her the cake, right? Cake, probably? No. Guess doesn't, somebody must... I guess there's no, like, all gifts are just +1. I guess I can do some more biology. I mean, yeah, we want to know what the second perk does, right? How much biology do you need to... 80 or greater? Oh, damn. Okay. That's really high. Okay, I need those mushroom samples. Got the second perk for biology. Let's see what this does. Collectibles respawn faster and more slots are filled. Oh. That's... oh. Yellow flower. So what are we gonna do? I guess we should try some... I think we need persuasion eventually, right? So it's better to... Bravery. Oh, this gives you bravery. Okay, but this doesn't... This stress is super low also. It's just a way to... Stuff. Second tier biology. Guess we just, I guess we have to, yeah, do some humanities. Two persuasion gives you some creativity. This does buff two separate things. I miss Professor Hal as well, she says, her monitors swing over to you. He was a very special human. Wait, you ask out loud, Conquerors can like people? Of course I can like people, she replies. There's humor inside her, not a voice. Carried you inside of me for 20 years after all. How can I not get attached? Huh. Which one's better? 5 or... oh, they're actually equal? That's crazy. Oh, time for the third one. Will I just keep doing reasoning? She folds her hands, serenely addresses the crowd. What a pleasure to address you all today as your governor, she says, looking as pleased as she ever does. In under 3 years, we built a colony which we can be truly proud. While we suffered hardships and losses, we remain standing. As always, looking towards the future we are building together. Let us use this midsummer festival as a time to reflect on our many blessings. Unicott continues. Fresh water, good food, healthy children, and strong community. Unicott bows her head. But first, let us remember Professor Halitosis, who guided our children and kept our engines running for so many years. Chief Engineer Instance will be filling in, with help from our ship's AI congruence, until someone can take up the mantle that rested so easily on Hal's broad shoulders. We also recognize the passing of our dear friend, Chief Surveyor Melatonin. Known for his gentle nature and his curious spirit, Tonin joins his daughter, Espartame, and his partner, Lavandula, in the world of our memories. In his place, we welcome our youngest council member ever, Utopia, representing expeditions. Puffs and annoyance. The applause dies down, and the council sits. Utopia remains standing. Actually, on to Unicott. Y'all mind if I just make a quick announcement? Unicott nods, and Utopia clears her throat. I just wanted to say thanks to y'all who are trusting me with this job, she says, her clear voice ringing out over the crowd. A cheer rises from expeditions. She motions for them to quiet down. Uncle Tonin's left some big shoes to fill. Well, I'm going to give it my best. We're fixing to get to the bottom of what we're calling the shimmer. The sniffles folks have been getting during pollen, Utopia continues. Until we do, please keep on wearing your mask when the pollen is thick, and let the doc know if you're under the weather. The reasoning one is... And again... Oh, it comes to 2. Okay, so I can use the 1. So 13? What if I replace one of them? 13. That's better. The 1 buff doesn't matter all that much. I should use it at the end. Actually, no, I should use it now when I have that many cards in my hand. Oops. Oh, whoops. No. Oh. That's dumb. Accidentally pressed the give up button. It's the exact same one, I think. Let's get through this. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, you basically only need 7. Okay, here. Destroyed. Let me get some more reasoning. Do an egg drop experiment, taking fragile crystalline glass fruit and designing 4 different ways to protect them from breaking after a long fall. 2 break, but 2 succeed. Your experiment was only a simple demonstration of physics, but the judge decides to award you for choosing something within your capabilities and doing it well. Tang is frustrated, but more at herself than you. She's not used to failure. After the festivities, you take your time off for a much-needed and very relaxing break. Your dad sets up a slip and slide through the colony square, and everyone takes turns sliding on their stomachs and spraying water at each other. It's a lot of fun. So you get some kudos by you have to improve your toughness if you want to go out into expeditions. How much kudos do you get? 5? It's not that much, honestly. You're better off just doing the biology, I guess. It does get you some organizing. But this also seems to be the only way to get perception. I don't know. This is kind of... The other stuff does not give you very many kudos. It does give you some toughness, though. Yeah, if you want to take advantage of the maximum amount, I mean, I guess you just do biology, but... I don't know. Toughness gives you what? Physical strength and stamina. I guess, yeah, this seems to be a good way to raise toughness, so I guess we'll do some shoveling dirt. Unlocked farming at geoponics. Oh, okay. Get an extra toughness. 5 toughness is quite a lot, actually. Still looking for freaking, I need another branch. I would have had it already, but I did give it away, so... Just keep doing toughness. Oh, research, work on the farm. Oh, this gives you biology and toughness and kudos. That's pretty good. It's like a nice mixture of everything. This one only just gives you 3 toughness, right? Yeah. Gives you more kudos, too. Some real farming. Your mom shows you around the fields in the geoponics dome. You'll mostly be working the fields and the hardier earth crops like the potatoes and the corn, as well as the native plants we managed to cultivate. She frowns. We'll figure out how to cultivate these native plants somehow. Spend the rest of your days pulling weeds and watering plants. You're dirty up to your waist by the time you're finished, but it's good, honest work. We're proud to be able to do something that helps out the colony. Cal gives you a high five and invites you for a cool drink in the cafeteria. All the other agriculturalists join you. Of all the places in the colony you work, geoponics is the most like a family. Maybe because they've always been your family, thanks to your mom and dad. Dude, just like absolutely destroyed. Oh, but you don't get as much toughness. Toughness is not it, because the toughness is not the main stat that's improving. Biology is improving too fast. Like I don't actually actually think I need more toughness. Because I'm trying to get it to high enough so I can unlock going outside. That's what friendship meter's doing. Yeah, your friendship with Tangent is way higher because of all the... start exploring. Okay, so we need some more toughness. Another 5 toughness, yeah, we're gonna get there soon, I think. We just keep shoveling. Every day we're shoveling. Oh, Cal, talking more about Cal's pet. Got a new park near Geoponics now. We run around all we want. Nobody say we're trampling the fields. Okay, so there's eventually going to be like a relaxed space in every area. Guessing. You're a proper rule-abiding child. Perhaps you can keep an eye on that Mars. Walk away, clicking her tongue and muttering, "That girl, honest." Okay, so you get another job. Work in the depot. Organizing persuasion. Oh! You get a lot of, organizing. This was just superior. It's kind of weird. Okay. Alright, let me just get my toughness up and then we can grab the rest. What does relaxing the park do? Oh. Get to help plant stuff and watch it grow. People are just moving there. We're still helping. Why do you like so much? Well, he considers, I like digging holes in the dirt because it's full of surprises down here. I found a worm. Let me see if I can find her again. I guess she got away, he says after a minute. She was real shiny, like a rainbow. Well, literally, well, not very subtle. Dirt under their fingernails. Literally, how close are we to the toughness thing? We gotta be close. Oh, we can only do 10 now. We'll find something with 10 stress. What year are we on? Only at the end of the second year. Closer. Okay. I think we're... Are we there? Oh, you can go over the stress? I guess you can. Okay, you don't have to do it exactly. Crystal? Nope, I need one more for the toughness. Okay. Yeah, you can't go on expeditions then. Yeah, I just want to lock in expeditions before we, do anything else here. Sneak out in expeditions. Oh, okay. Ooh, this one's gonna be... Nah, can't be snitching. 2 data points form a line, but 3 is a pattern. The colony has been on high alert all glow, hoping that the creatures from beyond the wall don't return for a 3rd year in a row. Surveyors keep reporting they're seeing unusual animal activity. Even the plants seem different, they say, and new tracks that must have been left by creatures larger and heavier than you've ever seen. You and the other colonists drill evacuation plans. Oh, here we go. You're not brave enough. Okay. It's like they were going specifically for geoponics this time, she mutters. When your dad pets her hair and shushes her. Or it was just bad luck flew about. Nah, there's definitely something. Is it? Is it Cal's pet? Is that what it is? Oh, you're older. You tell Tangent you know where Diz has been going. You tell her he's been sneaking out to explore the jungle. Not far away, but outside the walls. Full offense, Solana, but you're just a kid. However, I suppose it's good to know he isn't out there alone. Guess we gotta start doing some expeditions, seeing what's up. Maybe having some animal stat helps too. Medicinal roots. Maybe that'll come into play later if someone's gonna get injured. Nothing's wrong with socks. Cal says, closing the door behind you. She won't eat and she cries all the time. Look in the sock's crate. She's almost too big for her now, even curled up in a ball. She raises her head and peeps miserably, then curls even higher. Her bulbous antenna. She's looking paler, right? Cal says, she's always so sleepy and cold, I don't know what to do. She won't leave anymore. Or anything else I bring her, potatoes, corn, wheat, beans, she just chews them and spits them out. She points to the lid of her box. She's been chewing on her box too. I'm worried she's gonna chew her way out and escape while I'm not here. You've been outside the walls, right, Solana? Have you ever seen any animals like socks, full-grown ones? What do they eat? We should let her go. Oh, okay. So, hold on. I wonder what you say. I guess you can survey and help them out. Okay. So yeah, I guess we talked our way onto the only barely did it. Get the toughness thing. What do you get? You wake up to the sound of your parents arguing in hushed tones, clearly trying not to disturb you. You blink away to sleep from your eyes, eventually remember. Wait, isn't today your 13th birthday? Where's your birthday cuddles? Your parents always make a big deal about your birthday. Peek out through the privacy curtain on your bunk and listen on their arguments. You're being unreasonable, your mom says. Solana is a teenager now. You have to give him the opportunity to take calculated risks, or he'll start acting out. That's just what being a teenager is. Going out off to the wilderness isn't a calculated risk, your dad replies. It's too dangerous. It's weird to hear your parents arguing. If they ever disagree, they sort it out quietly or go to mediation. This time they sound like they're really upset. It's unsettling. They glance at you. Your mom holds up her hand to silence you and goes right back to talking. Geranium, she grates. You said yourself that we need every person out there surveying for edible native plants. You're even going yourself. Why not our son? Because Flu, he's our son. It's our responsibility to keep him safe. You're not keeping anyone safe by coddling him, your mom almost shouts, and your dad flinches in shock. Solana's survival depends on him understanding this planet we're living on. Or the colony, you're not doing him or the colony any favors by pretending like that's not the case. Anything you say would just make them more upset. Doing a good job of that all by themselves. You're so angry with them, right? Well, you got the expeditions. I suppose we'll have to let you spread your wings someday, your dad relents. I just feel better knowing you were safe here inside the colony walls. Gives your mom a faint smile. We decided early on to let you choose your own path in life. So if you want to join expeditions, we're behind you. Just be safe. Red cards get +1. Okay, yeah. Okay, so the first skill in each category gives you +1 in each of the things. Well, I'm brief. I'm like, I guess toughness didn't help me. I shouldn't have even bothered with that actually, cause yeah, that didn't help me at all. I'm gonna find that third stick. All right, let's see what we can do with expeditions. How's it going, little bro? Whoa there, I don't know if you're ready to head out there and join the surveyors just yet. Why don't you just skedaddle and stick the sports ball inside the walls for now? Tough enough? Well, I'll be. Utopia drawls, grappling you playfully. You ain't lying, kid, you got grit. Yep, looks like you're approved to start with the junior survey teams. And you look like you won't wilt at the first stings of slapgrass. We'll keep you close to begin with, around here and there in the prosaic plains. Come see me when you're ready for the assignment. Whoa. Okay. Once again, I mean, knowing your environment's pretty important. Let's see what the surveys actually do. Friendship with this. Okay, let's survey the plains. Is there another minigame? That would be weird. Whoa. This is a complete thing. Events in this area can be done in any order. They won't cost any time to pass, but they will increase your stress. Return home via the Expedition's Depot flag, or the home button. Watch for collectible items you can bring back as gifts. Events respawn at the beginning of each year. The new collectibles have a chance to appear every season. Oh, this is what it does. Okay. When you boarded the Expedition's autobus this morning, you didn't know what to expect. It trundled you and the other surveyors a few clicks north to the prosaic plains, a high, flat area with cooler weather than your colony. You could barely control your excitement as you watched the landscape change. And now you're here. You're finally old enough for a real survey mission away from the colony. You're only like 13, man. Grant, here's a plasma cutter. It's a tool for cutting and heating things. You can use it to make a fire, cauterize a wound, boil water, and it cuts some materials pretty alright. You can use it for self-defense too, but I don't suggest it. You're gonna be in danger? This is a quiet area in what we're doing. We're not supposed to be in danger. We're just taking notes and pictures, keeping track of all the flora and fauna we see. Just don't touch anything, unless I ask you to take a sample. Everything is potentially dangerous. We don't know much about what's out there, which is why we need surveyors. Even younger like you. What are you gonna do if you see something coming from it? Good kid, we don't need any more trouble. Dis joins me. He must have come on an earlier autobus. Ah, good, you're here, Utopia says, taking out another plas cutter for Dis. You two greenhorns are with me for the foreseeable. Now, we don't gotta sniff each other's butts all the time out here, but I do expect y'all to be in yelling distance. Comms can get spotty out here. Utopia also hands you a surveying drone and shows you how to launch it. It will automatically perform local scans of wherever you go, though detailed scans still need to be done manually. When you return here to the depot, it will upload its findings on the holonet. Your job is to cover ground, see what's out there, and so long as it isn't dangerous, record. She slaps you on the back. Alright team, don't get yourselves killed out here, okay? Okay, good. We have the third one. We can do the biology thing. Okay, we're probably going to end as soon as we check that out. Whatever, we need the mushrooms for the experimental event. One of your jobs as surveyors to conduct the flora and fauna through photographs. You see a thing. A skittish flock of really long insects. Each one has 10 to 20 sets of wings, like long rods with knobbly bits at regular points. They're moving so fast they're almost let's do the animal. What am I better at? I'm better at animals, but still not very good. Okay, yeah, this one's really rough. Okay. lot of threes. 20 for this. This is gonna be rough. Managed to do it. Nice. Yeah, the 5 cards really helped. Cautiously crawl up beside your subject, raising your hollow palm to get the best possible close-up. Ooh, 5 stress plus 5 kudos. Just as the camera takes the photo, your subject bites you on the finger. Oh, you hope it's not venomous. On the bright side, you get the shot. Time passes plus 15 stress. Can you save here? I guess you could. What is this thing? You almost bump into this. He's being so still and quiet, hunched over and looking down at the little note. He shushes you and points. Don't scare him. Follow his fingers, see what appears to be a bush shaking violently. 2 bushes actually at opposite ends of a clearing. They're bush bubs, he says, fighting over territory. Those boulders are alive. You know them. Why? You see them a lot. Bush bubs dance. You watch the 2 creatures face off, rhythmically rustling the leaves that grow out of their heads and backs. Their gangly branch-like antennae swing over their heads as they rear up to their full heights. Even from far away, they look imposing, like agile boulders. Okay, yeah, they try to outdo each other. Ultimately, the smaller, more graceful one seems to be declared the winner. The loser plops back down and shuffles away into the jungle, defeated. Oh, the more time you stay here. It's not that much, but hopefully it'll help. So? No, it's slightly better, I guess. Yeah, the double blue is gonna help next. Yeah, okay, we got this. Yeah, literally, this is. This. Creature's fur is like grass, so they must be a form of kind of photosynth. An animal that gets part of their energy from the sun. They couldn't be arborescent photosynths, bush bubs, because they got branches growing up from out of their heads and backs. You check your survey journal. It says bush bubs are common here, but they're smaller solitary creatures, so nope. And they're too small to be balneal photosynths, who usually don't leave the water. I had to name them just in case. Sunbaskers? Yo, you can name some animals? This one animals. How much stress do we have? Oh, we're almost. I think we got one more event in us. Yeah, I think we do one event. Combat 10 or greater. Okay. Nope, you have to go home. Well, you hit the okay, so the stress is like okay, so it's only 1 stress, but it's only 1 month, but we used up all that stress. So we can might have to spend some time surveying. Gotta rest first, and then we'll do the biology experiment, we'll call it. So you want to go survey when you have just after resting, because that's when you he's got like a fan character. just get rid of the lower numbers. Let's go to the oh. Your dad was sniffling and sneezing pretty bad. He collapsed around this time last year, so you've been feeling anxious about his health. Especially now that the pollen's back. He's working hard in the fields, respirator hanging from his neck as he grunts. Shovels dirt. He sees you coming and stands up straight, coughing a little as he stretches. Hey kiddo, what brings you out here? Hey, what do you say you and I go for a little walk? I know you don't get outside the walls much either. We could do a little nature walk. Study all the plants the foragers bring back, but I've never really seen them in a while. You want to go inside? Sure, your dad says. People want to try new things, right? Mother doesn't see the draw. She likes what she can control, you know? But there's a whole planet out there. I want to go explore. Oh. Ooh, yeah, it's not great. Figure out treatment for this thing. Okay, do the research, biology, and then this mushroom. We examine the mushroom under a microscope and take notes on its cellular structure. Part of the reason it needs to be harvested in wet is because the cells get so saturated they lose structural integrity and turn to, well, mush during glow. Studying the exact process by which the cells take in water leads to a breakthrough. It might be possible to hack the process and stop the mushroom trees from taking on too much water during wet. If they don't take on as much water, they won't take as long to dry. +5 kudos, +1 colony defense. Should be able to develop a spray that the loggers can apply to the fruiting body of the mushroom, the part that sticks out above ground, to close its pores. Reducing negative pressure in the body should stop it from pulling so much water from the mycelial network underground. This is great. Logging will be much more efficient now. Biology 2 high tier right now. Are we at 80? Oh my god, we literally need one more. Else? I think we're good. So have to figure out help him with his rabbit thing. Oh hey, a little wood here. Alright, we're gonna save here, and we've been going for 2 hours at least. How long has it been going? Oh my god, we've been going for 3 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, we'll call it here. We'll continue this. Yeah, this game is very addictive. It's very Civilization one more day, you know? But we'll call it here for now. Maybe I'll do some more later today. We'll see. Alright, guys.